Old school, aren't we? Right, I've got me questions. Let's get that out. I'm having a beer as well, so this could be Hayward. Big slope. Don't know what you're doing, do you, after all this time? Was it 3 or 4 months since I've been on here? Right, let's wait to see if anyone even comes on tonight. Tried to organise it so that England's not playing, eh? All the good teams have played already, so it's nothing cool to watch tonight, is there? I think Holland's already played. I don't even know what the result is. I've been setting this up so much. Oh, we'll see if we can get a few people coming on, and then we'll get this sorted. Right, so I'm going to try to set this up as well on my. Wait till a few people can come on, hopefully. I'm going to start my Instagram live now as well, because I normally forget to do that. So that's started. Should be live now on Instagram. Let me see if I can just start this live in my group. It should be fun. Because basically, if anyone's on, it doesn't Facebook doesn't allow StreamYard, which I'm on, to go in your group now. So just to make things complicated, obviously, for me. But there's other ways around it, so I'm hoping it's going to work. Right, let's try it. So bear with me if you're on here. I'm just trying to go on live on my group, and then apparently I can hook it up to this somehow. So we're just going to try it. I just did a quick test with Shane. Fair play to him. Got up at 4:30 a.m. his time. How crazy is that? What a legend. So let's see if we can get this to work. Connect the video to a source. So you have to do this when you're on the live as well, so it's awkward. So bear with me. I'm just trying to create this live on my group, and hopefully it'll be able to connect it as well. Because at the moment I'm on my YouTube channel, my Twitter, MX Speedway, my Instagram, MX Speedway Memories, and I'm on my YouTube channel live, and my Facebook page, and my only Ashby Facebook, but not in the group, but which I'm just trying to sort out now. It's now 2 seconds. Doing a webcam, yes. Complete the details. Let's go live with Mr. Shane Parker. It's coming on at 10 past. We've got a couple of minutes. And I said that I had to speak to you guys in case there's any issues on Facebook or anything. He says. Live interview with Shane Parker. Just can't leave it easy for me, can they? Bearing in mind I've not been on here for months either, so hi. Alright, let's see if this is going to work, shall we? Go live. Is this going to work? What I'll do is I'll go on my phone quickly and see if it's working too. I've no idea if it's linking up to this. No idea. Soon find out, eh? Let's just go in my group quickly on with this. I can't see any of you guys at the minute because I'm just doing this a second, but I will come in there in a second. I think it might be working, you know? Let's just put it to the bottom. I don't think you can comment on it. Oh, hello. There is a few people in here. Good evening. What do you think of my old retro t-shirt here, look? Got one in the background as well, look. Castrol GTX, bros. What do you reckon? Not too sure why the neck's like a dustbin lid, but big lad and all that, but not that big. Hi, James. Evening, Martin Boy. I can see you. Any news on the Eric Gunderson? Yes, I spoke to Eric Gunderson yesterday, I think it was, and said, I'm getting over my fears and I'm coming back on. Mr. Dewey, how's it going? You all right, my friend? Coming down Thursday? I'm going to Oxford Speedway on Thursday. Ipswich wishes are down. We're down there Monday, and be back there as well. So at the moment, you've got the options of my own Facebook, my Facebook page. I might even post in the thing as well. My YouTube channel, MX and Spear Memories. My Twitter is MX and Speedway, and I'm live on my Instagram on my Ashby Robbins and MX Speedway Memories. Oh, awesome! That'd be super cool. I'm meeting a few people down there. Meeting Tim Chambers as well, Mr. Chambers. Much love to him. I wanted to mention this as well before Shane come on. I'm having a beer. Not been on for 3 or 4 months, so surely nothing can go wrong, can it? Can't have any anxieties with that, can you? It's been a while. I was going to say appreciate them. I do apologise to everyone. I was going to do Eric Gunderson, Preben Eriksson, so many, and absolutely bottled it basically. So hopefully I can not be a weirdo now, which I'm not too sure I can do that promise, can I? Not be a weirdo. I'm going to try and see if it's going to let me tag in Mr. Harkins. I don't know if I can do that on here. Oh, I don't know. Can someone can do me a favour? If you can go into the comments and try and tag Bert Harkins in it. Might let you lot do it, but I can't on the stream. Anyway, so I wanted to show you, I've got the new tapes up from the World Speedway Riders Association, obviously. And I just wanted to promote their event as well, because I'm actually going to go to this time. You know, I'm going to go all in. I'm not going to be a wetty. And there you go. So there's the World Speedway Riders Association Gala Dinner and Awards, Saturday the 9th of November 2024. And this is all at the Marriott Central Hotel. Sorry, that's Central Reservation there, isn't it? Right. So it's at the Leicester Marriott Hotel. And that's for the dinner there. So it's easy to go online and see all the things that you can email. Or you can phone. They're on social medias as well, and there's some numbers on there on the website, worldspeedwayriders.org. Go on there. So yeah, me and Lainey Lou are going to go and stay in the hotel that night as well, and hopefully meet lots of legends. Be giving Barney selfie runs. Oh, my mate is on. No apologies, Lainey, for providing us this platform. It's a privilege, Mr. Norris, to be your friend, a brother from another mother. I'm even drinking lager, so I need you to step in. Big love as well to Ellie's mum. Hopefully she's on the mend, my friend. Much love to Ellie and her mum, Mrs. Norris. Her mum unfortunately had a little fall, and she had to have an operation and stuff, so we wish her all the love and hopefully get recovered as soon as possible. My mum, bless her, like sending me thing going, Mum. So we did a really cool thing today. My mum's like had that Molly. Remember I said up to you, you've probably seen on my social media about Molly. She was 100 years old. My mum looked after her. Obviously, since my mum's mum had died back in 2015, she'd been looking after Molly, not just like a carer, but obviously she treated us like a mum. So my mum was very upset when Molly died. She was amazing. Yeah. And then like my mum's had a couple of her cats had died. She did have 5 cats. She even had our own cat and things like that, the Ashby cat. So she's been a bit sad. She's just gone on a week holiday in Greece, just come back. She loves Rhoda. Keeps telling me that if she ever leaves this planet, I've got to go over there and put her ashes under a tree, special tree in Greece in Rhoda. I'm like, flying, am I? Speak to my dad. He has 2 photos. Yeah, no problem, Jimmy. That'll be fine. You send any pictures to me. Hi, Frank. Looks like you've messaged me, maybe with a seat, because I know he's a seat specialist. So my mum, we went round there tonight. I had to go around there quickly before the live, but went round there tonight to see me mum, and she's obviously been a bit sad. So we went round there as a family, and obviously my mum's a cat lover, and we presented her with a little kitten. And she's so obsessed with Greece that the new baby kitten is called Rhoda. So yeah. So don't forget, I've got me. Don't forget, I've got me bike competition as well running at the moment. We've done the KX1. Of course, me being me, it's going to be a live duck race. It's not going to be anything normal, is it? It's not going to be like a normal live raffle. And it's a brand new YZ 125 2024, brand new. There's only going to be 160 numbers on it, and then I will do the live duck race, and of course I'll commentate on it too. Normal, isn't it? Oh, the man is in the bottom here. The legend is here. Let's get him on. Let's rock and roll. Let's bring him in. I will check that in a minute, Mr. Sorensen, my message. So here is the man. Hopefully he can hear us all good. Mr. Shane Parker.
How are we?
Yes. I've just been telling everyone we got to say big thanks to you. I can't believe you've got up. I think that might be the best one so far on how early they've been up. 4:30 a.m. Aussie time, your time. Is that correct?
Yeah, 100% correct. It's a little bit cold here too. We're actually we're 0 degrees here at the moment in Adelaide. So she's a chilly woman.
What? Look, Shane, this is how hot it is in Swindon. I've even got the little neck fan thinking I might need to stick it around if I get a bit hot. Who would have thought, eh?
The summers are getting hotter over there now than I remember.
Bit muggy at the moment. It's not nice heat, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Oh, here we go. We get this all the time as well. Look at that. The bullet's on as well.
Hey, Billy, how are you, mate?
Yes, Mr. Hamill did his interview not long ago as well, so that was super cool. He's an absolute legend, of course. Do you have many good races? You must have had some good races with Billy over the years as well.
Yeah, had some great races with Billy, and actually helped him out a little bit with one or 2 years with the Grand Prix when Craig Cummings was his mechanic, engineering. So it's done some testing at Coventry and had a bit of. I remember we had sensors set up on the bike, and we could record bike data, which sort of back then nobody ever done any of that. So
that was ahead of its time.
With Billy. Had some fun. We had some great fun on the bike and off the bike. So a lot of fun memories of Billy. One of the great guys.
Yeah, proper racer as well. Just got Jimmy here on YouTube. He just put evening Shane. Morning for Shane. Very morning. He's put, did you ever ride at Cradley Heath? And who do you think will win the 3rd state of Oregon rugby?
I rode at Cradley Heath, and I actually love the place. It was such a shame it went. I mean, I know there's so many memories there. I think I only got to ride there the one year, maybe 2 years, not too sure. I come over in '90, so I definitely remember Pratty and his teams being as strong as ever there, and also remember the pie cart on the back, the pork van on the back straight. You still have the pork van after
I've heard about that.
After meetings.
Billy just said, yeah, we did, and it's good to see you, Shane. So that's nice he's come on.
Right.
Got another legend just come on. Love Mr. Norris. Mr. Dave Norris, Floppy. He's put Fire Parker, rocking them specs, brother.
Yeah, I need to now, mate. The old eyesight's going shot. Joys of getting old, I guess.
Yes. So how have you been in general then, Shane? How have you been?
5 years have been not too bad. 5 years ago, I had a cardiac arrest. I don't remember a great deal about it. I remember waking up in ICU, and my wife and daughter basically saved me life. I stopped breathing for 18 minutes. So my daughter gave me CPR for 10 minutes until the ambos rocked up, and a few goes with the old paddles, and luckily I came back round. So health-wise, I'm lucky I'm here, basically. Sort of makes you look at life in a little bit different aspect, but it's a blessing in disguise, and making pretty much the most of every day I can now.
So that's super cool. Like, obviously, normally I've got 3 daughters myself, but normally we try to be heroes to our daughters, don't they? So your daughter is now your superhero.
100%. Wouldn't be here without her.
That's amazing. But I'm glad you're all okay, mate. That must have been a scary time, like you said, if you didn't know, and then you just wake up in the hospital and stuff. But sure, like a lot of the spear riders do that in general, as we know. But
I remember me wife and the nurse being next to me, and the nurse said to me, "Is there anything we can get you?" And I said, "I'll have a Jack and Coke, thanks, love." And probably wasn't appropriate at the time, but I was back.
Yeah, you're definitely back then. Yeah, it's good for pain, isn't it? Oh, classic, brilliant! I love it. Right,
I see you're having a nice coldie at the moment too, mate.
What's that?
You're having a nice coldie at the moment too?
Oh yes, I don't normally drink, but I thought, why not? For the man, might be a bit early
Right.
for you.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I don't want to come across as an alcohol at 4:30 in the morning. Although I could say it's 4:30
Yeah.
p.m. and not remember.
I see. I got a nice, cool retro sign by on the side of there as well. Look. Old Jack Daniels like that, like that. So is this the man cave then, Shane? Is it?
Yeah, sure is. Got all my gear out in the shed and garage, so bikes and memorabilia and bits and pieces, and yeah.
Love that.
I'm
Love
digging the
that.
old retro shirt there too, mate.
Yes. Do you like that?
Yes, nice.
No, even one in the background as well. Look, GTX Capital
Yeah,
one.
I like it.
Yeah. Timu, love it. Giving a plug for the old cheap deals online. Right, got Andy Rackman. I know him from Motocross. He just put, "Hi Shane, hope you're all good, brother."
Yep, Andy's dad was one of my first sponsors ever in the UK, actually. His crash repair business, Rackham Repairs. So, yeah, no, Andy and his brother I've known for as long as I ever come to the UK, so since 1990. Yeah, really, both really good friends, really good people, really nice families. So, how you going, Andy? And hope you're doing well, and hope your son's doing well with the race. I seen he won a helmet at a meeting recently. I remember seeing that post not too long ago. So, good luck with the racing there.
Yeah, I knew them, so I didn't know that. That's something new alert. And yeah, they were going to ride in one of my meetings. We got Anthony Hazel here on YouTube. Just put "Hi Lee and Shane. I never got to see you ride for Ipswich, but I enjoyed seeing you ride against us for Sheffield and Glasgow."
Yeah, my first 5 years, I was at Ipswich, and Glasgow was the longest club I ever rode for in 6 years. So I had a great time up in Glasgow, and my last year, I must say, it was one of my most enjoyable years at Sheffield.
Yeah,
great season, great year. It just never managed to win a league title out of all 22 seasons over there. So
you had a lot of amazing times with all the clubs in Britain. We'll go through that in a minute. And someone's just popped up on here. And I was like, damn. As soon as they mentioned it, I thought, I saw that picture, but I didn't load it up. So I'm just looking here. So this is Gavin Rackman. He's put, "Hi Shane, I remember you walking on your hands on the track in '90 after a first corner crash at Wimbledon. Do you recall that?"
I think I'm pretty, there weren't too many times I walked on my hands, but the majority of them I remember. Yeah, and I do remember that. It was probably the first time in the UK I'd done it. I was a bit notorious for walking on my hands. I had a bit of a habit of doing that. I could go for quite a long way on my hands.
That's brilliant. And I just quickly went through my photos a bit rapidly and just found one. I got a couple actually, but I didn't actually put it on. But here we go. So I just got that on there quickly. Go back to my questions.
we had a meeting over here, and not too far from Adelaide. It's an hour out of Adelaide, track called Murray Bridge, and I'd gone out and won the race after the meeting, and they give me the checkered flag, and I'm going around doing a wheelie down the back straight. And yep, she come over, and ironically, many years later, one of my last meetings in Australia, I was over in Perth doing a meeting, the King of Pinjar it was, and same thing. I won the meeting, had the checkered flag, pulled the wheelie, and yep, over the back you go. It's like, yeah, it's not very embarrassing, is it, you idiot? It happens, though. It happens. Putting on a show. Don't matter.
Yeah, exactly that, mate. And I've got some sick pictures of you doing wheelies, which is really cool. Oh, look at this. Check this out. So we've just had Hull Vikings from Twitter come on. Don't think I've had... Here we go. "We love you here in Hull, Shane. Glad to see you have recovered. Hashtag Hull needs Speedway."
100% Hull needs Speedway.
100%.
And I only spent one season at Hull, 99, and had a great year. It was a good team too. It was Sam Malenko, Joe Screen. Who else was there, buddy? Oh, the picture came up. I only seen it recently. Memory's shot now. Thorpe. Yeah, there you go. Had some fun times with that guy too.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Screen Machine, he was proper legend as well. When all that, I literally haven't physically got to meet him yet. I missed him by about 5 minutes. I was with the Hair Boys at Cardiff and just missed him got me drunk mate back to the hotel and come back and missed him, so I was fuming. And then I was doing race commentary at the British Championship at Hawkstone, and Screeny messaged me after and went, "Cool commentary," and I nearly died. I was like, "Oh my god, Screen was proper fanboying, you know."
I was back over in the UK last year for a few weeks, first time in 11 years, and I managed to catch up and spend an arvo with Screeny in Liverpool. And
I think I saw the pictures.
It was a good day. Yeah.
Is that the picture, Shane, when you've got like there's a picture of you with a beer at Glasgow? Is that when you come over?
Yes. Yep. Correct.
Yes. So that was good. Then
August time last year, we were over there for a few weeks. So it was good to get back. It'd been a long time, so it was a bit of a whirlwind trip. We didn't really get to enjoy it a great deal.
No.
So that's our excuse for having to come back for another holiday, mate.
Yeah, I was actually had a question down here. So I'm saying if you ain't got any other plans, to come back to the UK at any point.
Yeah, we'd love to, and it's not planned as yet. We've got a few things on in the next year or two, but I'm looking forward to getting back and seeing faces again. So yeah, catching up with friends, cool. Going to some meetings. I want to get to Oxford. I see Oxford's up and running now, mate. Yes,
really good, Shane, as well. It's like all brand new. Basically the pits are changed. There's a brand new pits all down the back straight, all open. Fans go in there.
I remember coming through the tunnel to get out of the track.
Yeah, that's it.
I did a video there. I also remember getting fined there one night. The tapes weren't working one night, so what they done was they used the green light start, and somebody in the race before me cheated. So I thought, well, I can cheat if they've done it. So I done it, and I got excluded. And I'm like, you can't exclude me. The guy before. Anyway, long story short, I parked my bike up on the go-kart track and ripped a big burnout. And when I got my wages, I got docked for bitumen repairs for the hole I dug in the bitumen.
No way. That's brilliant. Oh, that is classic. So, of course, obviously, as soon as I went there, and it's been gone for years, no one thought it was coming back, and they haven't got that car park behind the pits either. So once they did the tunnel, I was like, oh, that's still iconic. Remember you guys like coming out of there almost like into the theatre, it was like mint, and then disappearing, obviously. So I remember, I'm trying to find it. I did a little video.
Yep, still there.
Still trying to find, still haven't seen you come out yet. Trying to get a little sneaky view. Still waiting for you to come. That's cool. I sent that to Hans Nielsen. Was doing that. Yeah, trying to find you, Hans. Where are you, mate?
They were the good old days. Hans and Wiggy. Martin Dugard was there for a season or so, I think.
Yeah, when he was younger, yeah.
They were a hard team to race against.
Yeah, Andy Graham. They won some leagues in the 80s, didn't they? Before you come over then, so they were always a good team.
He was at Oxford for a while, I think.
Coco, yeah. Met him there last year when they opened last year. That was really cool. Went out into the centre green with him. I was like fanboying. It's like, love it, mate.
Yeah, it looks like it's going really well. I'm pleased for the guys that have got it up and running and dealing with everything they deal with. And crowds look good, and there's been too many closing and not enough openings. So that's 100% great thing.
And it's amazing as well, Shane. They got 3 teams obviously this year, so that's not been done before. So fair play to them. They've gone all out, so done amazing, really. So a lot of people from Swindon, like myself, are all going there, and like Reading, and obviously all the teams that are missing and stuff. So yeah, we've all going down to Oxford enjoying it.
Yep, good.
Yep, good stuff. It was a good crowd again last night, so that was good. Right, I got Dewey Harrier, obviously Lowell's brother. Dewey. He's put the man who, get the Ipswich boys. The man who walked through customs for the first time was at GB with a full-length wax cotton jacket on and a hat on, and me and Chris looked at each other and tried not to laugh. I was going to ask you about that, Shane. What was the culture? Was that a big culture shock for you? Like when you come over, it must have been crazy. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd never been out of Australia before. As a sort of 19 when I hit the shores over there. So yeah, I was a bit young and a bit naive and a bit stupid. Is me thinking I'm Crocodile Dundee with the old big guy with a coat and a Cobra hat. Like, what an idiot. But No, it was Stewie. Stewie was one of the first guys I ever met coming to the country. Him and Chris Louis met me at the airport, and yes, many a great time with Stewie and his brother Lowell. So fond memories. I unfortunately didn't catch up with Andy Rackham and Gav Rackham when I was back, but I did catch up with Stewie and Lowell. We had a night at a pub in Ipswich, and with Chris Louis and a few of me old mechanics and friends. So it was a great night.
That's nice. That's good. I met them at Cardiff, so that was really cool. And hopefully, I think that they both just said they might be trying to make it to Oxford this Thursday because they've got Ipswich there. So hopefully, I'll get to see them on Thursday. Fingers crossed.
It's always a great gathering place at Cardiff.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I couldn't believe it, Shane. I was literally like, when were the Hare Brothers? And they go, come with us, Lee. We'll show you some cool people and that. So I was just like doing that. I was already fanboying anyway. So I was like, yeah, but that'd be amazing. Thanks. Went into the hotel and it was like Tony Rickardson, Louis, Savalas Cloughton, Calvin Tatum. I'd just done his interview that week. And he was like, Lee and all that. And I'm like, what the f is going on? Scott Nichols was in there and he was like, Lee. And I'm like, oh my God, they know my name. So cool. Very cool.
You've done quite a lot of interviews. The list I see is longer than both my arms, mate.
I know, yeah. But I'm just, they're just all my heroes when I was growing up. So it's just like, when they're talking to me like normal, I'm just literally like, flipping out, mate. I've got you up here, right up here.
I was away on the weekend on me. I've got an enduro bike I go riding on a bit, and I was away with the boys, and I mentioned about doing this with you, and went through the list of riders, Speedway riders, and obviously they're not really into Speedway as much as we are, and I brought up the crosser guys, the motocross guys, and they're like, oh, geez, and like, yeah, wow. Yeah. So, you've definitely interviewed a hell of a lot of great riders, and fair play to you. Yeah, good effort.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's been a dream to speak to all you guys like this. It's flipping nuts. I'm just in a spare room in Swindon. It's like proper dream, but absolutely nuts. And you know what it's like. You get a few more contacts and things like that. I had no contacts to start with. But obviously my dad and my uncle raced for Swindon, so a few people knew the name a little bit. But other than that, it was like, So, it's been amazing. Really cool.
Right. That's good.
But great to get you on. I'm just looking down here. Loads of people are messaging already, so I'll try to keep up with them. I've got loads of questions myself, but I always go with these guys. It's cool to get the fans on. Yes, Floppy's mentioned that, I don't know if you knew that, but Mr. Holder seems to be right back on it. I did say to Floppy he's back on it. He got a track record in Heat 1, because I guess where they've done the track up, they're classing it. But, it's already been running for a couple of years, so got a track record in Heat 1 last night, I believe.
Nice stuff. Yeah. The track must have been prepped pretty good then if he managed to do that. So,
yeah. He was flying, mate. He looks good. It's a shame because obviously we went there to see Woofy and his brother Jack Holder, but they were both nursing obviously the injuries. So it's a bit of a bummer, but hopefully they'll get back soon.
I did see the photo Woofy put up of his elbow too. That looks pretty nasty injury he sustained there. So
the GP.
Hopefully they're back on the injury, back off of the injury rack soon and back riding. Although Woofy might be a little bit of a while. Yeah,
he's a tough old boy though, and he's had quite a few knocks, and he comes back. And fair play to Woofy, but it's not easy.
I think anybody that races a bike is a bit of a different breed. You take a lot of knocks and you get back up. And I had a chuckle on telly last night. I was watching the old Euros with Ronaldo, missed his penalty kick and ended up crying. I mean, what's wrong with you, mate? Like, seriously? Anyway.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love the football as well, but have you seen the diving and all that? It's like, these blokes are like me, like 6'1", big lumps, and they're like rolling around like they've been killed. It's like, mate, please. And then you see the kids doing it, copying them, and you think, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, you lot are all well, even in motocross we did the same thing. You're all riding with broken things, nursing things 24/7. Broke a collarbone in a week time trying to ride. Oh, classic. They are wet, aren't they?
Yeah, different breed, mate. There's ball sports and then there's ball sports.
Yeah, and theirs is full of wind. Mr. Norris, he's sharing a story. Yeah, so what's he got here? Let's have a look. He goes, I think I rode with you at Murray Bridge on my 1970 Jawa. It was the roughest, grippiest track ever. Privileged to race with you, representing South Australia against Russia. So random, but priceless memories. I owe you a lot, brother.
Yeah, I remember that David come out and stayed with us first year. I think we come back. And yeah, I think that the meeting against Russia was at North Arm. David did ride Murray Bridge though, and I remember it was just a locally state pick team against a Trevor Ghosty Harding Quick Snacks team, which was the Russians that year. He brought the Swedes out as well, and the rest of the world team on other occasions. But Dave rode with us in that, and I was actually sponsored by a Java importer in Australia called Fraser Imports. And David used one of his bikes, which was one of the bikes he gave me to ride at the time. Yeah, so I sent Floppy a picture recently back in, it was the first year I came over, I think 1990. We were down at his house and he's in the backyard in his driveway on an old postie scooter with it sideways, fanging it out. Yeah, fond memories of that.
Yeah, as you can imagine, I've been chasing him for a while to get on here because you can imagine, I'm sure he entertained you as much as you entertained him. Proper characters, you two, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, he's a comedian, old Fluffy. He's a great guy. Many a great time with him. Yeah.
Mental. Absolutely.
He's having a few health issues with his old injuries that he's been through and suffered. And I wish him all the best too. I mean, there's a lot of riders in his position, and it's never easy when you finish racing. And Low Hair's another rider, you know. It's a tough sport.
It is, mate. And like I said, people don't realise that the guys are putting their bodies and lives on the line at the end of the day. And after, a lot of these riders are living with these daily with pain and stuff like that. So, different breed, as we said. We're very lucky to have had the opportunity to do it. And, we do it knowing the risks we take. It's unfortunately the sad side of our sport, I guess, at the end of the day. But fortunately, there's more good sides to our sport than sad sides. So, I mean, the friendships we make, the travelling. Yeah, proper. I can imagine you've got some proper travelling stories as well. Here's Mr. Hurry. Evening to you both. Got a picture of you two on here somewhere, I think. So I'll share that, Paul, if you're watching.
Now.
He's put, so what's this about then in Holland?
Well, it depends if he's talking about the meeting or he's talking about a trip to Disney. I'm not too sure.
What are you talking about, Paul? Elaborate. Here we go. Here's a beauty.
Yep. Kings Lynn, I remember that come up. Yeah, nice photo, that one.
Yes. Love that, Mr. Hurry, as well. We all did the curtains at some point. Love that.
Yeah.
Beckham 98 World Cup. Love it.
I'm not in touch with Paul a great deal. We're friends on Facebook, and that's all. It's a bit of a shame. I actually had a bit of me and Boise are on here quite a lot talking with each other, and we deep grass barn. Yeah. I remember, I think I do remember Starts Canal because it was one of the roughest, dirtiest tracks ever. And I've gone out for practice and came in after practice and said, I actually questioned myself why I was here. It was that bad.
Not bad.
I always remember Paul was great on the grass. He was a really good grass track rider. I guess schoolboy grass track possibly. And Eastbourne growing up as a junior riding, and he was great on the grass, a really good rider. So we'll I'll have to give you a call one of these days, Paul, and we'll have a chat on Facebook with Boise and have maybe a beer at the same time and have a yak.
Definitely, I've got to try.
Sorry, go on.
No, you carry on.
You start me talking, it's hard to stop.
I know. I love it. That's what we want, mate. Don't worry. Carry on. We're here for you. But yeah, Boise, I'm trying to get on here as well. Loved him, and he come and rode at Swindon for a season. So he just put cool days, look, Mr. Hurry. And obviously got to get to some grass tracks soon as well, because I know Graham, his dad, was run amazing grass tracks, obviously. And yeah, those boys, I'd love to get down to some of them, maybe even take some pictures.
Yeah, so Paul's getting to Oxford quite a bit nowadays, isn't he?
He does the old mechanic in for Mr. Nichols and that.
Yes. Good to see.
Yes, nice. legends all round there. And I saw him at Cardiff as well. It was cool. Mr. Flatman here. Mark Flatman's just put evening, guys. That's the brother of Nigel Flatman. Used to race for Ipswich as well.
Evening, yeah. Yes.
Got to get him on as well.
Felixstowe, I think, originally.
Yes. So we've got Gavin's just put record driving Shane's transit van back to Nuneaton after he was taken ill at Coventry. Typical dodgy steering rack and was fun trying to keep it between the contraflow road cones.
Yeah. I've got a few vehicle stories over the years of travelling and blowing up vehicles and, things going wrong.
I bet.
The first van Ipswich ever gave me, I cracked the head in it in 5 places and wrecked it.
Oh, God, what's Andy on about? How was that party at Colchester Road with the fireworks? Have you brought your grog along?
I might have caused an end to the 1994 Ipswich dinner and dance, and I completely blame it on Mitch Shearer and Michael Lee.
Oh yeah, that sounds right.
We're at the bar and Mitch pulled out a firework that was on a little stick, and it was only a little one, and I thought, give that here, and I lit it up inside the hall, and it took off, shot off across the hall and went bang, and set off the fire alarm. So the whole hotel, gymnasium, complex, function centre, the lot got evacuated, fire engines turned up, the lot. Yeah, so, and I the funny thing about that whole story, nobody knew who done it, right? And then the very last year I was in the UK racing in 2011, Ipswich asked me to be their guest speaker at their dinner and dance. Amazingly, it turned out to be the very first time they'd ever gone back to the place where I'd set the firework off at the Cop Dock. It was in Cop Dock anyway, just out of Ipswich. And I got up to do my speech, and I actually held my hand up and I admitted to everybody at the dinner and dance. I said, last time I was here, it got evacuated, and I said, I got to admit, it was my fault. I was the one that set the firework off.
What did they do? They were laughing.
I came clean in the end. I told them what happened.
Right. I was just about to say, Shane, do we need to end the stream here? I was like, what have we said?
No, it's all good.
It's all good. So it's all above board. So we know, they already know. That's good. Did they take it in jest? All good?
Not at the time, I don't think so, no.
No, I wouldn't have thought that time, no. Were they all right with you that night?
Yeah, no, they were fine. So,
that's good,
and I've got to also just like to tip my hat to John Louis as well. We've lost him recently, and
yes.
I did see a video recently of when we won the 14 tournament at Peterborough, and me and John done an interview. I think it was might have been on Wheels or one of the programs back then or whatever. And full credit to John. John was the reason I signed for Ipswich, and many fond memories of him.
Got a couple of nice pictures with him. I did message Chris Louis as well and send the love and stuff.
Floppy.
Yeah, Floppy's on there.
we were the underdogs that day, and I had a huge crash with Greg Hancock, Todd Wiltshire, and Roman Matusik. Roman Matusik actually rode over Greg Hancock, I think, and damaged his elbow, if I remember right. So
was it? He was well, man. He was well, Roman. Yeah. He was a bit of a piece of iron, wasn't he, that man?
Yeah, he didn't want to mess with Roman too much. He, I actually think that day he slapped a supporter that was hanging over the fence, abusing him because he rode over. Because I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I do remember him slapping a supporter.
Jesus Christ! I think, Shane, they're still on YouTube now. I think if you even put his name in, it come up. I think there's an altercation between him and Sean McCrawn who I'm trying to get on. Yeah, and he chases after him and he takes his shoe off. As we know, Mr. Wilson loves it. He went backing down for no one. Loving it. Classic, hey. That's what, let's be honest, the crowds and that used to level that, didn't they? Let's be honest. Come on.
Yeah. That was the one where Raymond takes his steel shoe off, so he's got a grip on the ground. He knows what he's doing. He don't muck around, does he?
100%. But Mr. Wilson was right up for it. He picked on the right one.
I used to go out of my way to try and get the crowd involved. They used to pay money to come and watch a race, and you had to put on a show. It was more than just 15 heats or whatever that was at the time of racing. It was you needed characters, and that's
Yeah, you were definitely one of them. It's good to have. Yeah, I was talking to Fluffy about it. Like you said, they definitely need to interact more with the crowd. Like I saw a couple of the riders go by, not ousting them out, but they go by. The crowd were like buzzing, and they could just give it a bit more, and just get into it a bit more.
100%.
People love a little bit of needle and a little bit of slamming telephones down and chasing refs and. Gets a few more in, doesn't it? Gets a few more 100 in the next time, I trust.
Yes.
That's a nice one of you with him as well.
I was actually riding on the weekend with that guy on the right. That's like my best mate in Australia. Yeah, there you go. So all these years, and we're 54 now, and we're still riding together.
That's amazing. That's cool.
That Damon Richardson, he came over. When I originally come to Ipswich, there was another lad from Adelaide, Billy Lellman, come with me, and he only managed to do 3 meetings, and he had some mental health issues, and he had to return to Australia. So Damon replaced Billy. He was a very good rider like myself, junior Speedway up-and-coming rider, and he done a second half meeting, and the second meeting was another second half meeting for him, and he actually got ran over by the guy behind him. He come off. Guy behind him ran over him, and he broke 8 ribs, whole side of one side of his ribs, and that was the end of his UK career. He returned back to Australia. So, yeah. And I'm actually going to be away this weekend, coming riding with him also. So there you go, a couple of weekends in a row. Yeah.
Oh, you have to give him a shout for us, and we had him up on the screen.
Well, I mentioned to you, we were talking about it on the weekend. He was one of the guys I was talking to it about. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Love that we put that up on there then as well. Floppy's on there again.
There. Yeah, that was
Mr. Ricardo. Yeah. Good team.
Yeah, had some fun times with Tony. We used to play quite a bit of golf together, and there might have been a few bottles of scotch in the golf bags too.
No way. Oh, brilliant. Love that. Good team picture. Look. Oh, Teaser. Zdenek Teaser in it. That's, isn't it?
Teaser. Yeah. Yasik Graham Howler at the bottom there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is that Howe? Ben Howe? Is that Ben Howe?
Yeah, Ben Howe.
Yeah.
Ben Howe was his career was cut short. He could have rode a lot longer than he did. He had a lot of talent.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, good young Britain.
Yeah.
Good old Ipswich days.
World title trophy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Savalas.
Yes.
I actually seen Savalas last year in Cardiff too. It was great to see him. I didn't get a lot of time to speak to him because there's so many people there and a lot of things going on. But hopefully if I get back, I'll get to see Sal again. Had some good times with Sal. We used to hang out together a lot in Ipswich.
Yeah. He was a good rider as well. There's Mitchell and all that when he rode there.
I was only talking to Mitch a couple of days ago.
Yeah, was you?
Yeah.
I've been trying to get him on as well. He was obviously at Swindon for a couple of years, so I loved him there as well. He was another fiery character as well
I actually remember Mitch's very last meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pulling the referee out of the referee's box by the scruff of his ear.
He loved it. I saw one on YouTube of him at I didn't even know about that one. I was obviously a Swindon fan, but it was at Peterborough in the Fours, and something happened. He was excluded, and he went off, knowing he's excluded, went to the line and all that, through the tapes, all that stuff. It was classic. And then he tried to pull him back at the gate, and Jesus Christ, oh, he was like a right pit bull, wasn't he? Loved it.
Yeah, he sure was. Yeah.
Classic. I remember him coming out of
New South Wales now. He's repairing lawnmowers. He's got work on bikes, and
all right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He was a good bloody rider, he was.
Yeah, he was very talented. He's actually the reason I ended up meeting my wife. My wife's from Coventry, and it was 94 when I was riding with Mitch at Ipswich, and I ended up going back to Coventry, and anyway, met the missus and still with her today. So, yeah, I'm a lucky man.
Nice. Well, so Mitch had a part to play. Fair play.
Yes, sure did.
Like that. Good team riding. I was going to ask you about that as well. Did you have any favourite riders, Shane, that over the years, obviously you raced with a lot of amazing riders in your teams and obviously for the Aussies as well, but did you have any ones you had a special connection with, you know, where you just didn't have to think about where each other was, team riding, maybe if you could say maybe club and national?
Me and Chris Louis were always really good at team riding. Yeah, I don't know. We had a lot of 5-1s with Ipswich. I do remember that. I enjoyed team riding with Chris, and later in my years up in Glasgow, me and James Greaves had a really good run of team riding together. We
He's a good rider. Yeah,
went on a bit of a streak up there. So yeah, they were two guys that we kind of knew what each others were doing, and yeah, I guess the two that stand out the most when you talk about that has got to be one of the guys that dropped you a message earlier is Billy Hamill and Greg Hancock. They were very good at team riding.
Yeah, very class. Were they class acts for sure? He's just come on as well and said, I recall a story about sardines and the championship trophy that Shane had something to do with.
Yes.
A lot of Alston out going on tonight.
It was 1998 when Ipswich had the infamous team: Chris Louis, Thomas Golub, Tony Riccards, and three riders in one team. Anyway, I lived in Coventry or Nuneaton, just out of Coventry, and I was guesting at Ipswich the night Ipswich were being crowned the league. Yeah, everybody's bringing that one up, eh?
Yeah.
The night Ipswich were being crowned league champions. I was asked to pick up the league trophy from the BSPA office, which was in Rugby. So I was on my way to Ipswich. Picked up the trophy. As you drive into Ipswich, you come off of the A12, and the first thing you see is a big Asda store. And that nose cone was just a prime spot to put a tin of sardines. So we went into Asda, we bought them very tin of sardines right there. I pulled the back of the trophy, the back of the wheel apart, and cable tied them inside the nose cone after opening them. And they were Crown League champions that night. And I've actually got a home video of it. Them walking around on the track, and they're all holding the trophy up, parading it, and I'm standing back laughing, going, they got no idea there's a tin of sardines in there. Anyway, the trophy ended up in John Louis' living room for the next 12 months, didn't it?
No way. Did it?
Yeah.
How long did it take?
Sorry?
How long did it take for them to what the?
Well, they didn't know. 2 years later, in 2000, I started the season riding at Kings Lynn when Nigel Wagstaff was promoting. It was the only time I ever got dropped from a team, and I ended up at Bellevue. But anyway, that's irrelevant. What happened was Kings Lynn were at Eastbourne in a league decider to win the league that year. And I went down to watch, obviously having been part of Kings Lynn team and this and that. And so Eastbourne ended up winning the league. They won the title. They're parading around with a trophy, and it just clicked to me. I was in the bar all night on the Jack Daniels and Cokes, and I was steaming. It's clicked to me, sardines. So I bolted out the bar, gone down in the pits, got a hold of some span. There was an Allen key I needed to get hold of, pull off the back disc. The sardines were still in the front nose cone. Floppy was with me. Right?
Was you? Oh my God.
So we've got the tin of sardines out the nose cone of the trophy. I've peeled the rest of the lid off, and there's this solid lump of green mouldy sardines. Wow. Floppy's mate, I can't remember what his mate's name was, has grabbed them out of my hand, bit a chunk off the corner of these mouldy sardines, and ate a
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Dave, I don't know how he got on afterwards, if his mate was sick or not, but yeah.
Oh,
that
mate,
was the memory of sardines in the trophy anyway. It was, fun time.
Who was your mate? Who was your mate, Floppy? Was he you after that? Surely, he must have been. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I can't believe that was in there the whole time.
I did fess up to John Louis too. I did admit to him that the sardines were in the trophy in the end, and Chris might have mentioned about it being a little bit smelly from time to time at John's living room.
I can't believe they did that. It's brilliant. Billy's loving that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that is classic. Brilliant. Proper style for it as well. They didn't even think about like checking.
I was always up for a joke. Yeah, yeah. Done many a naked hot lap at a testimonial or benefit meeting as well.
Yes, I remember them, and
yes, don't I remember them too.
there's the party trick.
Actually auctioned off my jockstrap one night up in Workington.
Did you? I didn't watch it. You get more. It's more worth more when it's used. Yeah, it's worth
shale stains. Put it that way. It was shale stains, and that's.
So they were proper. They were proper warm.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
I
See, this is what I mean. This is character, isn't it? This is character, mate.
Chris, I think it was Chris Louis' testimonial. Me and Mark Lauren went out and done naked hot laps. Went to Boise's. Scotty Nichols done naked hot laps with. Ty Woofenden done naked hot laps at Wolverhampton with. So there was one person. Actually, no, there was two people I always tried to get to do naked hot laps that I couldn't. It was Chris Louis and Lee Adams. They just wouldn't have a bar of it.
No, they're far too sensible.
Yeah, 100%, mate.
Hashtag boring. Hashtag boring.
No, hashtag professional.
I'll let you read that.
It's not that big, Andy.
It was tucked in. It was tucked in.
Yeah, it's an innie and an outie it's an innie rather than an outie when I do things like that.
Yeah, it's a bit cold out there, isn't it? Especially when you're going along in that.
I remember Workington one night being very cold.
What's he put there? He's done a streak on live TV. Is that?
No, that was Jono. Jono in the 14 tournament, I think, ran out into the infield with the checkered flag, maybe. Weren't me that done the streak live. Yeah, it was at Peterborough. I think so. Maybe.
Thorpe's too got pictures from it on the Vikings page.
Yeah. I actually done a Sky TV match at Kings Lynn one night. And track was pretty difficult, muddy and shit. Anyway, I'll cut to the chase. Long story short, the referee was Mick Bates, and the race got cut short. He declared it after 3 laps. I was in third, and Nicky Pedersen was ahead of me. And I've gotten on the phone saying, like, you shouldn't have declared the race because I could have passed Nicky. And Nicky was about half a straight in front of me. He was miles in front of me and gone. But I'm protesting, trying to say, why didn't I get a rerun? And they had the Sky camera right in my face, and I was getting a bit wound up. And I'm going off my chops at Mick Bates. Nothing against Mick. And I've turned around and I've said, well, thanks very much, Master Bates, and hung the phone up. And got in a bit of trouble afterwards. I got fined for that.
Did you?
Yeah. Fully understandable.
Yeah. But in the moment.
At the time, I think. So it's not really good calling the policeman Master Bates, is it? He was a good guy, Mick. I apologise for that too. Sorry.
Oh, right. Fair play. Oh, God. Got a Cav25 on YouTube. Just put great rider and good memories of Shane at Middlesbrough, 95, 96, and obviously now the Red Car Bears. Did you enjoy your time out there? I got some pictures of that as well while you're talking about it.
Yeah, I enjoyed Middlesbrough. I love the racetrack there, right next to the motorway that used to go above you. Robert Nage, yeah. And that's one of the guys I caught up with in Ipswich, Nigel Birch, when I was there. So,
nice.
Yeah, he was like my second ever mechanic in the UK. So fond memories there. And yeah, I love Middlesbrough. Good time. It was tough because that was when it went to the one league. They done away with, and it was hard. It was hard. We didn't have the best team, but we lost a lot of events that year. Them 2 years, but it was fun times. Met a lot of people up there. I really enjoyed. Made some good friends from up there, and yeah, fun times at Middlesbrough.
Got Tony Swaby. Yeah,
Swaby. Yep. Martin Vincent down the bottom, and Wayne Carter.
Yeah, Wayne Carter. Is that Walsh? David Walsh.
Scotty Robson there, Stuart's brother.
Yeah.
And Walshy.
David
yeah.
Walsh. Walshy, yeah.
Walshy spent a few years out in Adelaide racing in it would have been the early 90s. So I spent a lot of time with Walshy.
I might have a picture of that.
Yeah, that's from Murray Bridge Speedway. I did see that one earlier. That was I actually think Maureen Schalling's in the background too there, Lee.
Yes, she was, yes. Yeah. That was a good one. Speak to Maureen quite a bit, and she said she's going to be on tonight, and then they're going back for a nap after.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, they're down on the island now, living in Tasmania.
Yeah, she said is it half an hour difference again from you to them or something like that, she said?
Yeah, correct. They're half an hour ahead of us. Yeah.
Yeah, good old times. What was that, like a jacket thing then? What was that? Is that like
like
a team shirt?
I'm a bit gobsmacked. Yeah, they tried to half bring in the team thing. It was before they went the full hog with Wiggy's full suit. So that I think that was actually Wiggy's idea, them suits, but it was like they didn't fully commit that year to the whole thing. I think that the team suits were a great idea. Wiggy had a lot of vision and initiative and was very professional. And it's just sort of, I guess it was very expensive back then to get a whole set of team suits made for riders, and that's why they went down the Lycra route. But I've never been a cyclist myself.
They were a bit slippery. I've heard a few stories about that. I remember speaking to Carger about them and Jimmy Nielsen and all that. They were all saying,
they had to change all the top of the seats so that you could grip the seats. It was like you'd end up on the back push bar when you drop the clutch.
Yeah, I think that's
trying to go in a bit deep. I'm dreaming a bit there, trying to go around Golub, aren't I?
I think you got the full Kings Lynn ones on there, like the Knights and the. Yeah,
I think that was the year, maybe 98, the year they won the league, possibly.
Oh yeah, it looks like that one, doesn't it? See, he's got the old. He's even got that helmet skin thing on. You use them at motocross as well.
Yep.
Just went out and practiced with them so they didn't get everything dirty. But yeah, I can see there's an Ipswich one there. Yeah. So what was that? Yeah, that was what was that? They had a right team, didn't they? Nichols, Louis.
Yep.
Colin.
Stephen Waller, who took that photo, he's taken some great photos over the years. So yeah.
Did you enjoy your time at Kings Lynn then? I remember.
Yeah. Great time at Kings Lynn. So made some good friends, and still got friends from Kings Lynn we're in touch with today. So yeah, I love the racetrack at Kings Lynn when Huggy was preparing. It used to be so grippy. He had such a home track advantage at Kings Lynn with grippy starts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always been really quite grippy there. And I don't know if it is so much now, but I remember a lot of the riders like that part of it, didn't they? What about Bellevue? You did a season at Bellevue as well, didn't you? And there's the one with Cargo.
Yeah. It looks like I'm having fun there, but I hated that track. I'm only being honest.
Yeah.
When I went there, it was just the track hadn't been. It was like the curb from the pole line to the track was about a foot deep, and it just got. It wasn't. There was no money ever spent on it, unfortunately. You know, it was a great venue and a lot of history there, but just needed a bit of track prep. I actually remember going there and asked John Perrin if he was going to prepare the track for the meeting. I won't tell you what his exact words were, but it says, no, he wasn't. And I said, well, I'll go and do it. And he let me. So I used to go and prepare the track before the meeting. in 2000 at Bellevue before I raced. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I only used to do laps in the grader, spreading the dirt and a bit of rubbish, you know. But yeah. Anyway,
that's bad, isn't it? That's bad, Mr. Perry.
I was always really early to meetings. I'd get there really early. I was renowned for being the first to a meeting, pretty much everywhere I went.
Oh, so Floppy's come back and said no. He said Ches is the guy who ate the sardines, and he done the streak.
Right. Okay. There we go. Yes.
Okay.
It's all coming back to me now.
Was he sick, Floppy? Surely. Or is he just mental? Sounds mental.
Oh, right. Yes, okay. Cheers. Yeah, right.
Right, I've got Ads Poulter here. Just put, for fuck's sake, missed most of this, was out. Tell Shane I'm glad he's looking fit and healthy. Now we miss the fire starter at Foxhall. So does Kevin Long. Shane loved Master Bates.
Yeah, me and Kevin used to have a lot of banter back and forth. So, yeah. I wish
you can watch this back anyway, mate.
Sorry?
I was just saying to Adam, he can watch it back anyway.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Yeah, no, cheers, Adam. Me and Kevin had a lot of banter between each other over the years. He used to do a bit of rhyme and slang on the microphone, and I used to maybe throw a bucket or two of water over him now and again. So...
Who was the one I saw the pictures of you with spraying the water?
Yeah, that's Kevin.
Yeah, makes sense now. Yeah.
So the first time I'd done it, the story behind me drenching Kevin with the water, the announcer, I was at Ipswich one night and there was an incident happened. I think I got excluded and I weren't happy and had a bit of a word on the mic. Anyway, when I was out on the track, Kevin was obviously winding the crowd up and getting them involved and was giving me a bit of grief back. And when I come in, my mechanic turned around and said to me, he goes, God, he's giving you a bit of grief on the microphone. And I kind of grew a bit of horns. I said, who is he? So I thought, right, I'll sort this out. So I've got a bucket of water, gone out to the infield and threw the bucket of water over me. Wears the old proper suit with the boats, gets dressed up for the affair, you know. So I've drenched him and he's got the microphone in his hand and stood there and didn't know what to do. I got hauled into the office after the meeting by John Louis and Mike Weston. This was after I'd left Ipswich, obviously.
Yeah.
And Mike Weston, they were trying to get me banned. And Mike goes, listen, you've thrown water over him. He's got a microphone in his hand. He could have electrocuted himself. And it was a cordless microphone. And I've turned around and said, what, with a 9-volt battery, Mike?
Brilliant.
Yeah, so anyway, I never got banned, so it was all good. Yep, there you go.
There we go. Look, yeah, he's got the actual hose pipe on that one. At least you signed it for him.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh, brilliant. So, I mean, fun games.
I always tried to get the fans involved. There's a group of young guys up in Edinburgh. So there's a lot of rivalry between Glasgow and Edinburgh. A lot like it's not as bad as the old firm games, Rangers and Celtic, but it used to get pretty fiery, and I'd go out of my way to wind the crowd up. And there was these guys at Edinburgh. They were called the Boo Boys. Every time I went past them down the back straight or whatever, it was always giving me grief, you know, and it was great. They got involved. They remembered me, and they were always going to come back and watch me whenever I returned. And, you know,
100%. That's what I mean. See, this is what you need. This is what people like, a little bit of controversy, a little bit of needle. Just makes it so much better. 100%.
I remember as a kid, we used to have a really famous track here in Adelaide called Rowley Park Speedway. A lot of English guys, Ivan Major, Briggs, everybody rode there. And Chris Pusey come out one year, and the water truck driver was there. I was single digits, that young it was. It was such an aurora, I still remember it. He came out, they watered in the track, and he didn't want the track watered because it was getting too wet. So he's pulled up the water truck driver, and like they've had a big blow, and the water truck driver's thrown a punch at Pussy. And it all kicked off, and I remember it being a big, huge thing. So
no way. This how ironic is this? Look, this is actually Chris Pusey's touring jacket.
There you go.
And it's even got,
How ironic that, eh?
but
Of all the names to mention.
Like the New Zealand and the Aussie badge underneath where the...
Yeah, right.
Yeah, how cool is that? He just brought his name up randomly.
It might have actually been before my time, to be honest with you. I might be telling you lies in I remember it. But yeah, I remember pictures of the water truck, the driver, and Chris. So yeah.
Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Kevin Coombs here has just put, howdy boys. Quick question, Mr. P. Do you think Adelaide could ever stage a GP?
Adelaide could very easily stage a GP. I just don't think anybody's willing to put the funds up to do it because it's going to be a loss of money. I know venues have been looked at in Adelaide, and also there's other places in Australia venues have been looked at. I know when the New Zealand Grand Prix was run, money was lost. I'm presuming that money was lost with the Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne because there was only 3 when it should have been 5. I honestly don't get why it's not bigger than it is here in Australia because we've got riders that are very good and at the top of the sport. I was actually one of the years Melbourne GP was on. I was in Melbourne the whole week prior to that event, and I never seen it advertised once, which doesn't help it. I mean, they say Melbourne's the sport capital of Australia, and I mean, to be fair, the first couple of years they had really good crowds. The last year the crowd dipped. So I don't know. The answer to that is if you can find somebody that has a lot of money that's willing to put it up, there probably will be one in Adelaide, but unfortunately, no. I mean, I think probably don't think so, sadly.
It's what it comes down to at the end of the day, doesn't it? If people are going to make a big loss, it's not good for anyone, is it?
They need to work together. You need to have an Australian one, a New Zealand one, and an American one, and they can all kind of. It's probably not that easy, but
get some big backing or something like that, or a big sponsor or something in it. That's what it's got to be to fund it. That's why you need all these like big brands like Monster and all these sort of guys.
Unfortunately, solos has always kind of been a European-based sport professionally, and that's where it's mainly been run. You know, I mean, I'm surprised it hasn't ventured out. I mean, a Netflix series, I think, could give it a big kick up the arse and elevate the sport. And it's what it needs. It needs something like that. People get to know the riders more, and
that'd be a bloody good idea because I'll be honest with you, Shane, I don't really watch the F1 match anymore, and I was annoyed with that Hamilton thing at the end of that one year. I was like, geez, I can't watch that after that. Well, anyway, but I was watching that Netflix thing, and you're like right into it and stuff like that. So it just shows that, you know, even though I'm not actually watching the F1, but I love that show. So I even watched the tennis one, for God's sake. That was good.
I watched the tennis one. I watched the golf one, swing. And there's also the American football one with Mahone and all that. That's I mean that would help Speedway out 100%. I actually think I was watching Pulp MX about they were talking about possibly it happening in Supercross too, but I don't think Feld went for it. I can't remember what was exactly mentioned at the time, but so
it would be good, wouldn't it?
Without a doubt.
I watched the ice hockey one as well because I actually like the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I think they did the Maple Leafs. That was really good as well.
I'll have to look that one up. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it was really good, mate. And I actually still go and follow Swindon now. Swindon Wildcats.
Cool.
Yeah, I used to do a bit of press with them, and a few of the Swindon guys used to go and watch Speedway and stuff. And I think Roscoe went down to the rink and stuff like that. So Mr. Rackman's just said, have you still got any Speedway bikes? You mentioned, did you say you got an enduro bike that you go out with your buddies and stuff? What have you got?
I've got one Speedway bike left. I kept my last one. It's actually sitting not far from me in my shelf around the corner, up on my shelf, should I say. So, I haven't rode it for about 9 years now. So,
wow.
I've got a KTM that I ride as often as I can. It's 500. I had to get a 500 because it's a lot like a Speedway bike with a gearbox.
Nice.
It's a handful.
Nice.
I don't need that much.
Beast. Sounds of a beast. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, Mr. Hamill's wrote something else here. We'll see what he's put. Parks. I recall you and me hanging out at Sledge's place, and you were into learning magic. How is the magic career these days?
I actually went to Vegas and I went into a shop and bought a few magic tricks, and the magic tricks didn't get me far. No good at that. But, it was often whenever I'm in California, I always catch up with Sledge and go and hang out with him. He's a lot of fun times and memories with him when he was mechanicking for Billy over in the UK, and our friendship's carried on. So, yeah.
I've heard so much about him on these interviews and with Billy. I feel like I know this Sledge without meeting him. Sounds the right character.
You should probably know Sledge. If you don't know and you've heard one of his stories, that's for sure.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, especially on Billy's interview. That was funny. Right, I got a nice one here from Martin Ball on YouTube here. Just put, hi Shane, good day mate. Thanks for the memories of your career in the UK and all the antics you got up to in the sport. Is missing characters like you now. It's got too serious.
I think it's more professionalism that's made it serious. It's a sign of the times, with the TV coverage and Grand Prix, and it's there's more money involved probably now too than there was when we were riding. So it's just more professional. I went to a few bars after the meetings last year, and a lot of the riders, they just check out. They've got things to do and meetings to go to, and they take it. So I remember trying to make it a religion that every track I rode at, I'd have one drink at after the bar before I went home. So no, it was just socialising with the fans, I think, for me more than anything. And it was part and parcel of it. Whereas now, I guess, the guys are here, there and everywhere and don't really have the time and take it more professionally than what we did back in the day.
I'm not saying that riders need to fight and things like that, but I remember even things like, which is not a million years ago, is when like Nichols and Emil had a little rumble at Cardiff. Hans Andersen and Nicky Pedersen ran into each other a few times at Cardiff. Next year, double the crowd just because of that one thing. I'm not saying people need to fight, but these things help.
You need to create an atmosphere and a bit of booing and cheering and like get the crowd involved, and that's what makes it. And people, it's memories, and 100%. You look at all the fights. Boise's got to be the most all-time.
Oh my God,
anybody when you speak to did that guy punch that guy through? I know. It was gold.
Sent it viral. It was viral, didn't it? I mean, like they weren't much internet.
I'll take it back. It wasn't gold, but I mean, for the publicity Speedway got out of it, it was gold. And Scotty Nichols and Ferdinand and Sam Masters and Nicky Pedersen's mechanic in Melbourne, and there's been a few of them, and it's something I think you need to talk between people and work out. We've done. David Tapp's done a series in Australia before, Tappy Tour, and we've gone out of our way to have a couple of riders have a niggle on the track to create some atmosphere, to give the commentator to create, and it works. It works, and it's not as silly as it sounds. The promoters need to look at that and maybe let the referee in on what's going on, and say, "Hey, look, this might be happening. We want to get things going." I don't know if it's feasible nowadays or not, but I reckon it is. Get into it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, a little bit of role play, a little bit of WWF.
Yep. I see that the British Speedway networks that's showing a lot of the British Speedway stuff now. They're doing a great job, and maybe get a bit of that happening on there.
BSN and that British Speedway Network.
Yes.
I think. Yep. BSN. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. What do I need to do? I'm up for it. Right, it's got you said something nice as well. Adam just said as well, thanks for all the years service you gave British Speedway. You're very missed. Also, do you remember on Derby Day, Ipswich versus Kings Lynn, when you decided to get in the tractor and drive it around? Was that non-track purposes this time?
No, well, there's a little story behind that one too, yeah.
Okay, go for it.
I'd done 5 years at Ipswich. My first 5 years was at Ipswich, so I'm sort of in touch with how they do their track prep. So when I ended up going to Kings Lynn, it was back in the day. Well, it's probably still the same now, where you either 1 and 3 or 2 and 4. So when Ipswich was off gates 1 and 3, that pack and roll gates 1 and 3, but they wouldn't do it to 2 and 4, and vice versa. So I've gone out during the track grade. I've walked out onto the track and stood at the start-finish line, and Bob was driving the tractor, and I'm standing where the tractor already had gone through, which was the Ipswich starting gates, and I'm trying to tell him do the other 2, and he would. Anyway, long story short, he's pulled the tractor up onto the infield, and I've snuck out onto the infield, and after the end of the next race, I've jumped in the tractor, and I'm trying to get the tractor into gear because I was going to do a lap and grade the track myself, and I couldn't get the tractor into gear. It wouldn't. I put one lever in, it wouldn't move. Apparently, I realised there was another lever you had to put into gear before you'd move it. So by this time, anyway, Bob's come over and he's grabbed me by the collar and he's pulled me out the grader, and we're sort of having a little bit of a talk and this and that. Next thing you know, Buster Keith Chapman's come flying over from in the pits, and a bit of a track staffer involved, and other people were around. There's a big circle of people, and
love it.
Ducked and dived and got out, and I'm heading back to the pits, and as I've turned around to look, all I can see is Buster in the middle of a pile and these 2 arms going like this, throwing punches. I didn't mean to cause that much grief, but yeah, no.
Crowd loved it.
I made the newspaper the next day. Alvin King, the Ipswich Evening Times writer, done a little bit of a write-up on it. So,
say no more. Say no more. You need a little bit of controversy.
As one clipping that you didn't have, actually, you had plenty of photos, and it was one that you hadn't found, that one. So, yeah. You've done well with your research and getting pics.
I did, yeah, I did. I like to dig deep on the pictures. I do enjoy that. So I'm just trying to find the picture I had. I've had views. I'm sure it was the flipping Daily Sport, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Sleazy rider.
Well, I definitely had a picture.
I Daily Sport. Claim to fame.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Sleazy rider. Sleazy rider, baby. You should have had that on the back of your butt on the Daily Sport, see?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? That's what they love, a little bit of.
They don't even produce that magazine anymore, do they?
No.
Always my favourite, the old Daily.
This is Sledge Baby. Right, so I got is that the Billy Gennaro, the American? Yeah. Hopefully it is.
Oh, yeah.
He's put tell you the story of when we had a fight at Peterborough and my dad jumped in. So it's got to be Billy Gennaro, isn't it? Got to be.
Yeah, well, Billy's a big guy, isn't he?
Yes.
He's quite stocky and large. I'm 60 kilos, ring and wet. Anyway, me and Billy had. I was just talking about having the idea of winding up and start a fight. I've said to Billy, let's start a pretend fight, you know. So me and Billy have started a pretend fight. We're having a bit of a scuffle with each other on the track. Little did Billy's old man know that was pretend fight. Billy's old man's come flying in and rugby tackled me, and Billy's going, no, we're only mucking around, no.
Oh,
his
brilliant! You didn't get a memo.
What we were doing, yeah, and he's sort of come in to help his son flying in there, and we were just having a little winding the crowd up, you know. That was a classic one, Billy.
So Mr. Gennaro Senior didn't get the memo on that one.
No.
Oh, that's
there's
brilliant.
Another good mate, Gennaro. I haven't seen him or heard from him for years.
I'd like to do an interview with him. It'd be fun. Yeah. He was still 100%. Flying over in America. I saw for years, wasn't he? Yeah. Still racing in America for years and winning. I see all the time.
Got plenty of national titles under his belt, haven't you, mate? Eh?
Just
well
a few.
Done. That's good. Yeah.
Andy's put, how was Jono on that horse in TGI Fridays?
I went into that TGI's when I was back last year, and the horse isn't there anymore. But
I can't think why.
They used to. I think it was I thought it was a cockerel with a pole. It doesn't matter anyway. It might have been a horse, yeah. One of the ornaments in TGI's in Coventry. And we had a lot of big nights in Coventry TGI's after big events at Coventry would always end up in TGI's, and it used to get pretty pear-shaped a lot of the times, and that was one of the times. We was in TGI's in Coventry one night, and the Euros were on, and there was a heap of Dutch football supporters were there, and Sledge was there.
Was he?
He'll remember this one, and anyway, there was a bit of a scuffle broke out. There was some glasses broken on the bar. Yeah. And the Dutch football supporters weren't happy with the Speedway supporters, and it kind of kicked off, and the whole restaurant got evacuated. And there was people sitting there. Yeah, it was proper, got out of control. I blame it on the Dutch football supporters 100%. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that matter. So people would get taken out of the restaurant, ushered out like they just sat down. Meals were just being delivered to tables, and wow. Police have turned up in cop cars. There's about 8 or 9 police cars, and it's gone crazy. Anyway, there was people that were sitting down having meals were evacuated out the back through the kitchen and everything. We're going outside, and there's cops and blue lights going, and stuff's kicking off, and stuff's going on, and Chris Manchester walks out with a plate in his hand with somebody's meal, and he's just eating the food off somebody's plate outside. When he left, he just grabbed the plate off the table. And anyway, the next day, the inside cover, I'm living at Coventry at the time because my wife's from Coventry. The inside of the front newspaper in Coventry is American and Australian Speedway riders run riot in TGI's.
No way.
And her mum's seen it. So, like, the missus's mother-in-law is like, what was Shane up to last night? She knew I was at TGI.
Yeah.
Anyway, we made the newspaper. I don't know if it was something to brag about, but it was one of the
you made the paper, yeah.
There was only one person arrested, and it wasn't me, so it was all right.
That was good. That was good then as well. Oh, we got hi from Dubai, Mr. Colin Richardson, Lee's dad as well. That's living it up in Dubai. Bet it's hot there. Bet it's hot over there, Mr. Richardson. Got to get you on here as well. We keep saying about it, don't we? Keep saying about it, Colin. He's he's been over there. He's been in some wonderful places for sure. This is Sledge, isn't it? Rod Saunders. This is Sledge. There we go. What's up, Parker and Lee? How are you all doing? Shane, you're amazing, and the family miss you. You need to get back over here. Say hi to your family. Mum says hi too. Love it.
There you go.
There he is. I remember now his name. Could you do the nickname and then you don't remember the real name?
Yeah.
I don't call you Firestar for nothing. Oh, classic. Oh.
Fun times with that, man.
Yes. And what's this here? Shane Love here has put, Shane always did us a good turn when he guested for us at Eastbourne. Always thought he would be in the team one year, but it never happened.
Yeah, I used to have some great meetings at Eastbourne. Eastbourne was another track where you had really grippy starts. Bob used to make the starts so grippy, and I was always a lover of track with grips. Like I mentioned earlier, Kings Lynn with grippy starts. So, I guessed it for them probably a dozen times in one season and scored a load of points. I guess they kept asking me back, so I scored good points. So, some good times at Eastbourne. I really enjoyed it down there. It was one of them difficult tracks. It was a small, tight shaped track. And always liked the tricky ones. So I always remember my first time going to Rye House. I ended up with I think I got paid 16 at Rye House from 18. I'd never been there before.
Nice.
And small, tricky ones were fun.
Did you like Rena Essex stroke Lakeside as well, Shane? Did you like that one? That was probably the smallest one.
I did like how tight the corners were. It was always really, really slick, and I always struggled when it came to slick tracks. So just me. I was never a gator, and I didn't like slick tracks.
Need a bit of dirt to have a shimmy around the outside and all that.
Yeah, 100%. I was always a racer. Yeah. I was always good at passing riders and getting a run 100%.
Going. So. That's what I want to see. Yeah. That's what you want to see. Sledge has got some area. He said it all happened at TGI's because Brent Werner was being mean to people and I didn't like it and I punched Brent and the fight started. The riot squad showed up and I got banned from Speedway for the season unless I was working. Never will forget it. Oh, it's all happening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good done, Sledge. Mate. Oh, brilliant. Mr. Glenn Cunningham's on here as well. He's put, hey, Shane.
Yeah, here we go. I knew this one was going to come up.
Did you ever make it to Euro Disney? I know you really wanted to go there when you were racing long track on the continent.
No, Mitch Godden went to Euro Disney. And I think me and Glenn Cunningham ended up in Groningen or somewhere like that.
Okay, was it What Happens There Stays There, one of them, or what was it? Oh, classic. Mr. Cunningham, come to my reunion this year as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them, is it?
Yeah, one of them.
Move on. Billy's. I get the hint. Apart from his fun-loving antics, Shane has always been a progressive thinker, and he could be a valuable asset to get in the SGPs globally.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in Australia that would love a GP and stuff over here. SGP, I don't know, mate. I don't know if I could handle that now with the old health.
A lot of shit would be involved in it.
Got a lot of good ideas. I mean, I've always wanted to put on a meeting over here in Australia and promote and stuff, but yeah, health-wise now, with what happened with my cardiac arrest, I'm just sort of concentrating on day-to-day things and having a bit of a ride on my bike and enjoying life. I've struggled a little bit with with short-term memory loss regarding like the cardiac arrest. So my missus will give me some jobs in the morning, and I forget the job she told me, like not intentionally, obviously, but so when it boils down to stuff like that, I kind of struggle a bit there. But like I say, I mean, I'm lucky I'm still here and breathing. So
yeah, that's the main thing, mate. That's the main thing. Yep. It's good to see. Did you? Was it always the plan when you finished? What was the reason for your retirement at the time? Was it always the plan to go back and live in Aussie, obviously, and stuff like that? What was? Give us the rundown.
Yeah, no. When I first met my wife, I always said to her when I finished racing, I wanted to come home to Australia. Yep. She was keen with that. Her sister had actually moved out to Australia prior to us moving. She married. She met her husband at our wedding actually, and married him and moved out to Adelaide as well. So my wife's whole family's out here in Adelaide, which has turned out really good for all of us.
That's good.
Which it was worked out pretty good. They've only got a small family, so I'll forget the rest of the question, to be honest with you. Sorry.
That's all right. I just basically sort of said about what was the reason you retired at the time.
The body. That's what I mentioned. Yeah, my body had enough too. I've done 22 years racing over there. And the body struggles now with the injuries. So wear and tear, it is part and parcel of it. No regrets. I'd love to still be able to ride now. I mean, I admired Greg Hancock for how long he was in the Grand Prix at the age he was. That's exceptional. There's not many people that can do that. So, but. No, I think I was very lucky with the amount of years I got out of racing, and I finished racing on my terms. So, it was good. I had a great last year too. I know it was second division in the UK, but I got voted Rider of the Year by the referees, and finished off on a good note. Had a great farewell. I mean, the amount of people that turned up on my farewell at Sheffield, I was almost had me in tears. Actually, I was really emotional about it. It was like 3,500 people. So.
It's amazing. I was going to ask you about that. I had it up on here. So that was super cool as well then.
Yeah, it was. It was great. I had 6 world champions on the day. that had 6 people that had won world champions on the day. So I had a great turnout regarding riders that turned up for me. So
yeah, that shows. Really that means a lot, doesn't it? That shows you how you thought of it. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I've got a nice one here for you.
Jeez, I don't know where you dug that one up from, eh?
I told you I'll go to weird places to find stuff. Like a weird picture store.
Yeah.
Oh, I love stuff like that.
St. Clement's Social Club.
Yeah. Love it. Brilliant. Yeah. Love that. Here's a cool one as well with you and your buddy.
That was the 1990, the last one-off world final in Boynes. Yeah.
Yes. Runoff, wasn't it? Runoff in between him.
Yeah. After 3 rounds, Boise had 7 points. He dropped 2 points, and I remember Boise saying to me, he goes, "How many points mine was 7?" He goes, "Parks, I don't give a fuck what I do now. I've scored more than I thought I was gonna." And he ended up going on for a runoff. Yeah, that was his exact words. And he ended up in a runoff for first place. And we made one mistake. We should have dropped a tooth before the final, and he might have sort of had a bit of a chance. But I think he was pretty happy with what he achieved in making the runoff. And it was memories for me. That was like I'm world number 3 mechanic after that night.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, it sure does. Sorry.
Yeah, carry on.
That's Neil Vatch down there, his mechanic. So, it was me and Neil at the time. And, what a night. Good memories. That was also the weekend that I actually hooked up with my wife. She was meant to be on a hens night with the girls going to Denmark in Boyens. And me being the anorak I am, I knew James Easter, who was doing the trip to Denmark for the world title. So I managed to arrange James to put me on the Coventry bus. So I drove from Ipswich all the way up to Coventry to get on the Coventry bus going to Voyens to go back to Harwich, which was just down the road from Ipswich, so I could be on the same bus as me future wife. And that was the weekend we hooked together. So
there's a story to that too. Lovely.
Yeah, there is.
But when I can imagine, because we were excited after that, because then obviously, and then Mr. Boyce come to sign for Swindon, so he was our out and out number 1 for the following year, and he was absolutely brilliant. So it was a great year. That was
Was that Mark Thorpe at Swindon that year also possibly?
I probably was, and because you probably remember, or you heard about the story about when he with the tractor thing got hit.
Yes.
Collided with the tractor. Yeah. The grader thing got hurt. Yes.
You always had to watch out for that one at Eastbourne, because Bob Dugard used to come out into the track pretty quick with that grader. And if you just won a race and you're trying to celebrate going down that back straight, look out. Yeah. Bob's on the tractor.
I've seen and heard a few of them. Yeah. Have to have eyes in your back of your head though. He's a bit nasty if it wasn't going well. What's this way? Is this you in Crumpy? Is that you in Crumpy?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that was a test match at Ipswich that we'd won against England, Australia versus England. We got the Australian race jackets on there. So, yes, celebrating a little bit.
Rub it in, will you, lads?
That was always good fun, the old test matches, Australia versus England. A lot of tradition there. And it's always, when you ride for your country too, as always you get that I don't know, you get a bit of fire in you and want to do well, and good times.
Did you really enjoy that? That must have been a proud moment for you when you represent your own country. Shane, did you always, like you said, you enjoyed that?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I mean, it's what everybody strives for, I guess, to be the best at the sport and represent their country. So, I was fortunate enough to do that a few times. That's a good one, that one.
I like that.
Stephen Davies. Troy Butler.
Paul.
Troy Butler's nephew's actually just won X Game gold medal this weekend. Just gone in California. Corey Creed who'd done the quarter
Oh, yeah.
pipe as Troy Butler's nephew.
Didn't know that.
Troy's
I didn't know that. Wow.
brother Clinton's son.
Ah, right.
Yeah, I think
I'll
he
go.
went 53 feet 7 inches, I think, to win it. Something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Hangs it out then, so I'll have to track up on that. That sounds interesting. And I tried to reach out to Troy as well on Facebook. I'd like to get him on as well. I remember him at the Oxford days and stuff like that as well. And Mr. Butler.
Yeah, it's yeah. I seen Troy from time to time. We normally get up to Brisbane. We're up in Brisbane in January for the centenary meeting in Australia.
Right.
Seen Troy up there, and Stephen Davies, and a lot of old faces. Stephen Redling and
Redling, yeah, I remember him. Exeter and Kings Lynn, wasn't he? Exeter, Kings Lynn, Mr. Redling, yeah. Bloody hell.
Stand there.
I'd love to speak to him and all. Chasing them all, Shane. Chasing the dream.
Yeah.
Hounding them all, should I say? Stalking them all. Probably scared of what pictures I'm going to find. Yeah, good old days there. Like Mr. Lauren, what was that? That was probably like what was that, overseas or something final, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Or it might have been. Yeah, something like that, wasn't it?
Looking at it, or might be a test match again, Australia versus.
Might be,
England.
yeah, it might be. Because I can see Dugard in the back. I can even see Mike Patrick over flop his arm.
And I reckon that's heavy behind Mark Lurham.
Yes, yeah, with that purple arm, yeah. I reckon it is, yeah.
Yeah,
it might have been a test match.
Looks like Peterborough track, so yeah.
Yeah, it does, yeah. With the yellow fence.
Scotty Nichols. Yeah,
I got
still doing well.
Some beauties. Yeah, he's still flying at Oxford, and it was quite good last night.
You never lose it. You just get grayer.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. And they are like him and Harris. Jesus, man, they're like last night. Harris, flipping hell, mate. His balls are the size of flipping medicine balls. Like Jesus Christ. Honestly, he was. I hate to say it to him. I've messaged him a few times. And I said, Bomber, I said, I'm happy you can't start for shit, mate. To be honest. Oh, mate, it was literally last night as well in the last race. So they were only 2 points up, I think, over Sheffield, and Holder was flying and all that, and Harris gated crap again. Tongue gate was gone, and Harris just literally touching the air, the air fence, usual Harris, and mental, absolutely mental. Still doing the same thing, like Jesus. He'd be like 50 still.
I rode with Chris one of his first years when he stepped up into the top league at Peterborough, and another grass track boy. He's an out and out racer. Loves to never gives up and always carries on and keeps going. So yeah. I think it made sense, Shane, when he won that Cardiff GP. It was like a grass track. It had holes in it and ruts in it, and everyone was like doing that, like, oh, and he loved it. Absolutely loved it, didn't he? Yeah,
absolutely loved it. The rougher the better for him. What about the Peterborough days? Talking about bringing up Peterborough, what was?
Yeah, they were good times. Peterborough. I've done 3 years with Peterborough. Another one of Mike Patrick's photos. Geez, he used to take some good photos, Mike.
That's beauty, that is.
Yeah, no, they were good days, Peterborough. It was always a real races track, Peterborough. You had to keep your momentum up and out wide. And I managed to get back to Peterborough last year when I was there, and unfortunately it was they've closed down this season. So fingers crossed next year they'll be able to reopen, although it's hard once the track closes to get them reopened, I think. Although Oxford's a prime example. All those years, who would have thought that? So,
we're hoping that as well, Shane, with Swindon, where Roscoe's, I see him quite a bit, Roscoe, and he was saying that they've got some options on some different land nearby and stuff like that, and people that are going to finance it and things like that. So it's just trying to get around the red tape stuff and all that, and fingers crossed we can get Swindon back, because we was like Elite League champions when we left with Doyley, I think 2009, 2019. So that's already 5 years. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's such a shame. It's a sign of the times with a lot of the tracks closing down, but it's just they're not being reopened in different locations, and it's they become, a lot of the tracks have become urban in the UK, like too urban. Exeter was your prime example, where Exeter used to be, you know.
Yes, yeah. I was there as a kid as well. Used to have our holidays in Devon, and Dad took us there on a Monday night. It was always cool. But that was an iconic track as well. But it's a shame, isn't it?
You go to Sweden and they build a speedway track in the middle of a forest so that the sound doesn't get out too far and annoy the people. So
that's what it needs, mate, isn't it? But Swindon, I remember before we closed, they had literally, there was a house, Shane, touching the pits at Swindon. You could have handed a cup of tea through the window. It was like, there's only one way it's going when it's like that. It literally was going like that. Like, it was like, oh shit.
Edinburgh Speedway's like that right now. And it was like that 12 years ago when I was there. It was like that. So I'm surprised they're actually still there.
Yeah. So hopefully we can get back. I was going to ask you that as well. Did you ever have any other British League teams? I know, Peterborough, all the teams, Ipswich and Bellevue and Sheffield and stuff. But was there any other teams that you nearly signed for, or even would have liked to have signed for?
Before I came over to the UK, I had the option to sign four different clubs. I had the option to sign for. Ipswich was obviously one. Wimbledon was another one with Dave Lanning. He tried very hard to get me, and Todd Wiltshire was there at the time, so I nearly went to Wimbledon. Wimbledon was in my thoughts. Peterborough was another one. And the fourth one I can't remember. I've been asked that before and can't remember which one it was. But I know Dave done a lot of groundwork and had a lot of people, a couple of people in Australia vouching for his club over here. And it was very close to going to Wimbledon, and I ended up going to Ipswich. And the reason I chose Ipswich in the end was solely the fact that John Louis, who was running the club, was an ex-rider, finished third in the world, and I thought I could learn and benefit from him being my team manager and learn from him. So that's why I chose Ipswich. So I'm glad I did in the end.
Yeah, tap into the knowledge and experience and all that. Yeah, totally get that.
Yeah.
Had some great years there as well. Glenn Cunningham just come back on and said, I think you're spot on, Shane. Had some great nights with you back in the day, mate. Proper old school legend you are, mate. We was around when it was proper fun. Respect to you and what you've been through. All the best, mate. That's nice. Cheers, Glenn.
Yeah, me and Glenn probably spent a lot more time together than most because we were on the long track and grass track scene quite a lot over in Europe and Germany. And whenever we didn't have meetings in England, we were trying to book meetings on the continent. So some big tracks, some fun times, and a lot of beer tents. Yeah. They were good old days.
I did have a picture, and I wasn't sure if it was you and Mr. Cunningham on the long track or grass track, or it could have been, I thought it was at Lee Richardson, because they both look the same. They had the shoe helmet. I'll try and find the picture in a minute, and we'll get that cleared up.
Yep.
But it was definitely one of them two. It might have been Mr. Cunningham, actually, after all, but I'll check that in a second. I've got a nice one here, look.
Oh, how embarrassing is that?
What do you Aussies call that? We call that what do we call it? Do you call it like? Some of them call it like fanny pack, don't they? And what do we call it?
Bum bag. Bum bag.
Yeah, bum bag. That's it. Bum bag. That's it. Oh, yeah. Love it. Oh, brilliant.
I've still kind of got one, a modern day version now, actually.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Keep all your goodies safe, Mr. Parker.
Yeah, that's what was I thinking? I guess we all look back at pictures like that. I'm not even sure whose car it is. I've got my foot up on his bumper and everything.
I was going to say, is that your car?
No.
It's not yours.
I'm pretty sure that's from the first. Well, I know it's the first year I come over. I think that's Foxhall Heath in the background, Ipswich.
Right.
Near the track, with the old woods out the back of the track.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Anyway. So when I was coming over to the UK, I was adopted when I was 6 weeks old, and I I was fortunate enough to meet my biological mum when I was 10 years old, and I lost touch with her again, but she was born in the UK, so I needed to get patriality, so I didn't have to have a work permit when I went to the UK. It turned out I managed to track her down again, and she lived just around the corner from me, but it was weird because I never knew any details about my father because he wasn't on the birth certificate because I was adopted. So my last year racing at Sheffield, they got an email from a guy in Adelaide claiming to be my biological dad. And he didn't know what my adopted name was, and he found out, which is why he got in contact with Sheffield. So I finished my career in the UK and came back to Australia and managed to meet my biological dad at age 42. So And the weird thing about it was he was born a couple of miles from the Glasgow racetrack. So
no way.
Yeah, and I used to say to the missus when we're up in Glasgow that I felt like I was at home and liked being up there, and really weird.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. That was nice then. So you got on, did you get on well? Oh, brilliant. That's amazing, isn't it? Wow. Bloody hell. Never knew that either. Fair play, mate. Well, that must mean a lot to you.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's to never have known him before and meet him, and we got the same mannerisms and everything, and pretty cool.
All sort of makes sense, doesn't it, in the end? Like, it makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
That's nice. We've got Billy's put Leo, which suggests you get David Tapp on here as well. He was a pioneer in promoting and would have some cool stories. Yeah, that series was mint as well. I remember it had the best of the best, and it was like better than a one-off world final lineup, like where he had all the riders. I remember it quite a bit.
Yes.
That was,
Wiggy used to come out, Tony Ricardson, Greg Hancock, Billy's been out here. It was he'd done it for 5, 6, 7 years, I think. It was really good for Australian Speedway. I mean, the difficult thing you've got in Australia is the size of the country and the travelling, and it just gets expensive. So whereas over in Europe, things are a lot closer and it's easier to get from track to track. And it's a lot easier to put events on when you've got to put 16 bikes in a truck and drive 2 days to get to a meeting. It's not as easy as over there.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's just like you said, Australia's like America, and it's like 10-hour flight just from one place to another in the same country. It's like Jesus.
Yeah, David managed to be involved with Darcy Ward with that centenary meeting and managed to run it. And he's got another one coming up, which is in Adelaide here in December time, just before New Year's. So let's see what sort of riders he manages to get out for that one. Hopefully he'll get some big riders and be an entertaining meeting. I'm sure it'll be on live stream for everybody to watch.
That would be good. That was one this Darren Reynolds just brought this up. That was one I was just about to say to you, but then we changed the subject. But I did remember this one. He's put, great to have you back, Lee. Does Shane remember the night at Eastbourne when a certain Mr. Dugard was talking with his fist? I remember that was Stefan Anderson, wasn't it? I'm sure that was.
Yes. Yeah, I remember Stefan copping a bit of a knock to the head.
That was a proper one too.
Yes. Yeah, he weren't mucking around. Martin never mucked around.
And it was live on TV. It was like, holy shit.
It was a bit of a bad time for Martin to do it, but it happened. It happened. And
it happened.
Maybe something that he should have probably warned Stefan a bit before about in the park. Look out, mate, it's coming.
Yeah, maybe. He could definitely have done with ducking that one. What's he put? Shane looks like Rick Top off Snatch. Can we get an impression? Don't even know who that is, so you've lost me on that one, Billy. I don't know that one.
No, I'm the same. Lost me there too, buddy.
I'm not sure on that one.
I remember going to Ipswich after. Oh, sorry, go on.
Go on, carry on, Shane.
I remember going to Eastbourne, and I'd had a run-in with Bob Dugard over something. I can't remember the full ins and outs, but I was always a character. So I've gone there with a pair of boxing gloves, and I've got Uncle Bob. I've got Uncle on one hand and Bob on the other one, and I've got a black texture out, and I black textured one of my front teeth. And I remember one of the photographer Eastbourne getting a picture of me with my hands up and me smiling with one black tooth and Uncle Bob written on my gloves.
I'd love to get that picture.
Yeah.
Damn, I've got to come across that. If I do, you're the first I'll send it to. Someone just put that. Jimmy just put it was the same at Cragley Heath. You had houses right opposite the entrance at Dudleywood Road. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I do remember that well.
Yeah. There's Chris here remembers your testimonial at Glasgow. Look, what a weekend that was.
That was a very big event too, yes. And I do remember Chris has followed and supported me for many a long year. She's one of my biggest fans, aren't you? Thank you very much. So, no, Chris is always dropping me messages here and there. And, yes, no, it was a great meeting, testimonial at Glasgow, another good turnout. So, yeah, I mean, the riders are lucky to get testimonials and farewells after doing that, amount of time with one club. There's not a lot of sports that happens in. So, we're lucky that our sport gives us the opportunity to do that. And you want to put on a show when you have testimonials and make it good for the crowd and something for them to remember. So I remember doing Boise's testimonial at Poole and trying to set the track record in with nothing on, doing me naked hot laps. Boise come up to me and go, geez, he goes, if you ever come off, you're going to hurt yourself.
Just a bit.
I blame on Brigo. Brigo was the first one. I sent photos of doing it.
Yeah, I've got it, yeah.
That's where I got it from. So I blame Barry.
I see. I see. No thanks, Turkish. I'm sweet enough. He's put goosebumps hearing Shane's dad's story. Yeah, for sure. That did. Don't start us off. Let's not get too emotional. It's too easily done when we start getting older and appreciating things more and stuff, eh?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It does, though, doesn't it? It does. Charlesy. That's Mr. Charles, isn't it? Walkie-talkies M6 Express to Glasgow.
Yeah, this is...
What's that, 10-4, good buddy?
I'll say, yeah.
Smoking the Bandit, is it?
Yeah, when Watto was riding for Glasgow, Charlesy was mechanicking for him.
Right, okay, yeah.
So between when you go from England to Scotland, there was the roadworks. They were changing all the roads, taking it from 2 lanes to 3 lanes. So I do that route all the time, and I knew where the speed cameras were and blah blah blah. And
when you could see it,
and this and that. So we've all got the walkie-talkie. So there's like 5 or 6 vans in convoy, and we're all talking to each other and blah. I had a camera in the van. So anyway, we hit the border crossing, and there's all these speed camera signs, and there's no speed camera there, but they've got the signs out. So I've gotten on the walkie-talkie and I said, it's all right, boys, there's no speed cameras. I do this trip every week. Just keep it flat. We're probably doing 80, 85, and way over the speed limit anyway. So as we've gone through there, I've hung the camera out the window and just pushed the camera so the flash has gone off on the camera a couple of times. So all you hear is on the walkie-talkie is, what was that? That was speed camera. Thinking they've been done by the speed cameras.
Oh, I love this. I love the walkie-talkie rig as well. I would have some fun with that. That's mint. I bet that makes the journeys a bit more better.
We always travel with walkie-talkie so you can communicate.
Oh, yeah, that's great. I like that. You must have had some proper banter on that. I'd love that. I'd have been like doing all that.
Somebody mentioned before somebody mentioned about the old derby days before between Ipswich and Kings Lynn, I think. We used to, Easter time, we used to do the double header. You'd have like Ipswich in the morning and Kings Lynn in the afternoon or evening. So when you finished the one meeting, it was jump in the van, and it was a race in the vans to get to the next track. There was overtaking going on and stuff that you couldn't get away with nowadays because there's too many cameras everywhere. Good old days then.
I've got to ask you, what was it like then? I didn't even realise you did this, so I don't remember this, but what was it like being with the man Roscoe then? Because I can give him loads of stick, can't I?
I would have only been guesting there because I never actually did ride for Swindon. Yeah, so that was good. I mean, Roscoe, Roscoe's one of the boys. He's a great mate, and he was a great rider back in his day too. So fond memories. So I have to get in contact with Roscoe. I know he's still in contact with Boise quite a bit, so we'll have to have a call with him soon. I was having a chat the other day, not too long ago, with Middlelow and Gibby. So, and boys, haven't seen them for a while. It's good.
There's a nice one.
Yeah. Mark and Lauren behind us. That was one of my first ever long track meetings. That.
Did you enjoy that side of the stuff, the long track and that, Shane?
Yeah, I did. I've done quite a lot of it. It was good. I had a sponsor, a friend in Germany. He was an ex-rider that got that crashed and got busted up, and still had the bikes and loved the sport. So I used to fly over to Germany and ride his bikes, and he'd pick me up from the airport, or if we had a meeting in France, he'd drive down to France and pick us up from there. And his name was Andy Valak from Germany. I'm still in contact with him today. So we had a lot of fun times and trips together doing the long track. I qualified for a few of the Grand Prix series they used to have, and a couple of the one-off world long track finals. So they were good times. I like the speed aspect. Just how fast you go. It was that's what I enjoyed about that. If ever I went to a grass track that was rough and ready, I never used to. I wasn't overly fond of a big, heavy grass track, but the long tracks used to be great.
Yeah, I thought they were a bit smoother, weren't they? You like the old. I noticed seen plenty of burnouts on here as well. On the
Well, I ended up getting the nickname the Fire Starter. So I do tend to do a lot of burnouts and light a lot of flames. So I actually ended up with that nickname on Javi's Bucks weekend in Amsterdam.
And maybe a presentation
stories, and all my stories had fire involved with them. So
fireworks, that fireworks, any sort of fire. Brilliant! You had a good time in the Glasgow. Then you had some great days. I've noticed quite a lot of people when I posted up about your interview were all talking about the Glasgow days and stuff.
That's one of me and Greavesy team riding there, 5-1.
We spoke about that earlier. Yeah, I remember Greaves. Yeah, good rider. Love it.
Fond memories. It's a shame that it was like 12 years ago since it's finished. It seems not that long ago. It's funny how quick you the years go by to get older. So
scary.
It's actually been good seeing some of the boys leaving messages too, and guys I used to ride with, and fun times. Right? Yeah, fun times.
Was this the last year at the Sheffield as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, sure was. I was a bit of a toe dragger there. I always remember calling Rod Calhoun. He was from Wollongong in Australia, New South Wales, and he was a toe dragger. And I always used to call him I always used to call him the toe dragger from the Gong.
Yeah, he was proper. He was proper toe dragger, all out. Even if you look at that, that actually looks. If you look at that now, just at that style and the way you exactly are, that looks like Doyley as well.
Yeah, it does a bit actually, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? Stuff, see.
Yeah, but he's well champion, mate.
Yeah. That's all right. You got on the podium.
Yeah.
Wow, with Boise. Got some nice pictures here. I think that's Mr. Hancock in it. Is that the old?
Greg Hancock at Mildura in Victoria. There's a famous track for you. Phil Crump's stomping ground.
Oh, he was my first hero, Mr. Crump, Phil Crump.
Yeah, same, I'll admit that. He was my first hero.
Was he? Wow.
Yeah, well,
so was
down the road from me. He was always racing in South Australia, and Mildura was, it's like, I think for a lot of the guys on New South Wales, their hero was Billy Sanders, and for us down south was always Phil Crump. It's the riders you used to see race when you were young.
Yeah, exactly. I've got you made me try. I'm trying to pound it now. Here we go. I found it already. So you can imagine it wasn't that long ago. Crumpy was in Australia, and he said he was coming back to Northampton, England. So, and he actually FaceTimed me on WhatsApp, and I literally shit myself. I won't lie, because he was obviously my first hero, and I was literally like, "Fucking hell!" It's like Phil Crump's ringing me. So I tried to do an interview with him. Then next minute, he's showing me around his house, going, "Look at the bikes down there over the balcony, the pool, and all that." And I'm like, "Jesus Christ!" Look, there's me and Lee Kilby. There's Lee Kilby at the front, me in the middle, and Phil at Swindon. That was our first go around the track together. So yeah, he was our first hero. Yeah.
I actually remember that race suit he's wearing there too.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, he was proper. And even when he come back as well, he'd gone back to Australia, and then he come back. It was like early 90s, I think it was, wasn't it? When he come back with the white leathers and the arrow helmet and stuff like that. I remember.
Yep. Sponsored by Ghosty Quick Snacks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Bloody hell. Yeah, I've still got some cool pictures of that as well. Got Oxford and good old days. Nice one. That was what I was going to ask you, Shane, as well. How did the green setup come about? Obviously, we knew you and Wiggy. A lot of the riders seem to, from what I've done interviews with, they all don't like green. Talking about luck and all these sorts of things. I wonder what it was about.
My second ever junior Speedway bike was bought off of a guy in Western Australia called Michael Carter, and it had green. Yeah, there you go. That was actually the bike. Yeah, so it had green mudguards on the bike, and so because it had green mudguards and Wiggy was green, I always tried to emulate myself on Wiggy being green because nobody else was green, and I will always never like being. Never used to like the norm. I always used to like to be a bit different. And Wiggy was the only one green. There weren't many, so that's exactly why I chose green. So, more so the fact that Wiggy more so than the bike being green. But they were good days. Great breeding ground for us over here with the Junior Speedway, and that's what gave us the opportunity to be able to go overseas and make a living out of the sport. So,
100%. I love that number 12 as well. That was my race number at motocross.
Yeah, cool, great. Yep.
What was the number 12 for you?
That was our state number. You get state numbers in Australia, so my state number was number 12. My mini bike number. I used to do mini bikes, junior motocross prior to Speedway. I was number 6 in that, and I ended up 12 in Speedway. So, they're my 2 race numbers.
Who would you say has been some of the biggest influences on your career over your career, Shane?
Influence my dad 100%. When I say my dad, that's like my adopted dad, not my biological dad. He's the one that brought me up. So, his best mate was a Speedway rider back in Australia who unfortunately ended up quadriplegic through racing. That was Laurie Hodson, who was Craig Hodson's father, who'd done a few years.
Craig Hodson. I remember him. Yeah, remember Craig Hodson. Yeah.
So they were good mates, and so my dad was one of them, and I guess the other one was Phil Crump. I went to a few meetings with Phil as a kid. He took me under his wing. Phil did. So he was one rider I used to look up to a lot.
Yeah.
Modern era. I mean, one rider I did look up to was Todd Wiltshire. When you in relation to his professionalism and also his gating, he was such a good starter. Todd was.
Yeah, really good, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I had a nice interview with him. That was cool as well. He's a very good rider. When he was so close to the world title as well, wasn't it? Bradford, I think it was on the podium.
Third. Yeah. Well, he ended up getting second, I think, because Sean got excluded that year, didn't he?
I'll tell you what, I got a good story as well. Is that when I had Hans, because I've done a second one with Hans not all that long ago, and he's still got that thing in him where then he sort of made a joke of it afterwards, but you thought, no, you meant that, Hans. he goes, oh yeah, and he goes, because I was 4th in that final at Bradford, and then obviously, like you said, Todd got upgraded to the silver, but Hans didn't get upgraded from 4th to the bronze. So he brought it up. He goes, Yeah, I didn't even get upgraded to the bronze. He went, but obviously it's all like, it's all worn. But he clearly, it still annoyed him. It was brilliant, like 17 world titles overall and all that, but it still annoyed him he didn't get given that bronze medal. Love it. So yeah, that was a good one.
He was always great to watch.
Yeah, it was good. He's some cool ones.
Yeah.
I see you won a lot of titles in under 16s Aussie and then Southern as well. Quite a few of them. And
won a few South Australian titles. Won a Aussie junior title. The best I'd done in an Australian senior was only runner-up. I finished runner-up that year of that photo actually to Lee Adams. So that one there is the best pairs. So Lyonsy and Adamsy won the best pairs.
Troy Butler and Colliquhoun, Roy, Rod Colliquhoun's on there. I see Hodgson. That's Hodgson at the bottom there. Yeah. Tony Langdon.
And Tony Langdon. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So I enjoyed him at Swindon. He was good at Swindon as well. When we were in the second division, I think we had like him and Tony Olsen. It was bloody good.
Yeah, I still talk to Steve all the time. I don't talk to Tony so much, but Steve I do. Yeah. Ryan Sullivan, Shane Bowes. Yeah. That's cool.
Some beauties, mate. Love these pictures. It's a newer one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got the Sheffield thing on there, look.
That was just after I came back to Australia after my retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah. State titles.
So there's patch and all that. Was that one of your last rides then, Cheng, was it? Or?
Yeah, it would have been. Probably the second to last ride, I think. I was a good bridesmaid in the South Australian titles. I think I came second in the state titles 9 times.
Wow.
Yeah. Won it 4 times and second 9, I think. So yeah. Still see Lee Adams from time to time. He's plugging away doing bits and pieces and keeping busy. So his son's doing mechanicking for a motocross team over here now.
Bloody hell, is it Declan?
Declan, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
mechanics. That's it.
Mechanics for
I didn't know that. Didn't know that either.
KTM or Husqvarna team over here. Yeah, he's doing really well with what he's doing.
Bloody hell. Because when I first started these back at sort of like the beginning of lockdown in the UK, I did a Skype. I did, like a one-on-one, not with the fans, just a Skype. And I think Lee was my record at 6 o'clock in the morning, his time, I think it was. So you've blown the record out of the water this morning, mate. So I do appreciate it. Like 4:30 a.m. Have you had do you like the coffee? Do you have coffee or?
I had a cup of tea just before we went on. I'm ready for another one now.
Yeah, tea. It's a cup of tea. Yeah, 100%. Like I said, if you need to get
coffee in my life, mate. Sorry, I've never had a coffee in my life. I've never had a beer.
Oh, we're even the same as that. I don't like coffee either. You are them. You don't like the beer. You like the Jack Daniels.
I mind the Jack or two. Yeah. So,
I appreciate your time, mate. I appreciate your time of this. We'll have to do a part 2 because there's so much to talk about. I didn't even ask you half my questions, but I know it's like, what is it, 4, 5, 6:30 a.m. over your time now, is it? Something like that. So you could do with a few sugars and the cup of tea, and there's been loads on here all night. It's 140 on here.
I'm pleased you wanted to speak to me, and I'm kind of honoured with the list of guys that you've spoke to. So if you ever want to do it again, I've got plenty more stories. Anytime, mate.
I've literally not even asked, not even half of my questions, and there's still people on here now. Mr. Norris, Cunningham, Sledge is still on. Now Lawrence Hare's just come on. Look, he's just put, hi Shane, so glad we got a night at the pub when you were over again last year. We still wish you'd stayed with us when you come over. We got the wrong Aussie. The legendary party wouldn't have happened though.
Oh, good. I'll definitely come and stay when I'm back next time.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. I do appreciate your time, mate. Been quite a lot of people on. Yeah, look. Mr. Norris goes, do a part 2, 3, and 4. They will come. We've had loads on tonight, all night live as well. And as you've seen lots of legends on here as well, which is always cool. Well, it makes me a bit scared, but
I didn't even get a chance to have a yak when I was running the Speedway Riders Association and all the grief with referees and the BSPA. So there's an avenue to go down next time.
Yes, we could do that. We'd talk about that as well. But literally, I've not even. I'll send you on Facebook. You're like, fucking hell. Well, look, I literally didn't even touch. Look, I'm literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got loads to ask, mate. So we'll definitely need to do a
sorry
part
for the
2.
questions I didn't get to answer.
No problem. We appreciate your time, and like to get up at that time is amazing. What a legend you are. I appreciate it. Thank you, mate.
We will catch up. It's good to reminisce.
Absolute
Thanks,
legend.
guys.
Thank you, mate. What a legend. Thanks, Shane. Speak to you soon. I'll keep in touch, and we'll get the part 2 soon. Ledge. Cheers, mate. What a man. Beautiful. Could have carried on all night. It's 10 p.m. UK time, but you may have seen obviously before. Sorry, it's been in such a while since I got on. Yeah, but I feel like I'm feel better in myself, and yeah, just there's always weird demons in every person in there, but yeah, people think, oh yeah, you've done loads of them, you're confident now and all that. No, not really. Not really. Especially when I see all you legends popping up on the right hand side as well. I'm like that. Billy Hamill comes straight on. I'm like, shit, the bullet's on. Awesome. Hair Boys have been on. Mr. Cunningham has been on. Floppy, my brother from another mother as well. Hopefully going to meet him soon as well. Just want to get over Floppies and watch a few VHS videos. Happy days. Going to go and hopefully see the Lawrence boys. I was going to Jet Lawrence and see the Hair Boys, hopefully, because Mr. Louis did invite me up there when he come and did my reunion. That's bloody 2022 now when he come to Cullen, Chris Louis. And even then, I was literally like, I was fanboying up. I was up in the, we had a massive mint commentary tower, Cullen in Oxford. Chris Louis come and did the second day, and he's like, stood up in the commentary tower, and I'm thinking like Chris Louis up in the commentary tower, and he's like mental. He's just like chilling, and I'm literally like freaking out. And then 4 times British champion Paul Cooper, the South African, comes up, and I do an interview with him, and I'm literally just like tripping out, doing that. This is off the head. And then like Chris is like, yeah, come up to Ipswich, we'll sort you out. And then done an obviously interview with Doncaster as well, and they're like, come up, we'll have a few drinks after the Speedway. And Hair Boys, I was going to go in with Dewey and Lowell. I'm literally like, yeah, that sounds mega. Still getting over our party at in the hotel with loads of legends as well that night. I think we was there till about 4 or 5 a.m. I think in the end with Scott Nichols and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I was just fanboying, like you do. Sweating. Like I am now. Oh, mental. Never gets old for me, ever. Super cool. Thanks for coming on, Andy. And didn't know the connection either. So yeah, quite a few you Motocross boys know that. Of course, it makes sense. Small world, isn't it? Motocross Speedway, grass track, trials. Just missed that one, Shane, just before the end. But we're definitely going to have to do a part 2. Remember that Brighton Bonanza? I didn't watch any of them. Wasn't there one in Eastbourne? Or was that the same one? No, it was the Brighton, wasn't it? So I remember seeing. I think Floppy did one of them as well, didn't you, Floppy? Because I remember seeing in the Speedway Star, like Kennett, Eddie Kennett and all that were doing it, weren't they, and stuff like that. But I do remember that. Shane, he pretended to be asleep driving when passing fans. Ben Howe had a catapult and he put a hammer wedge, the throttle flat out in transit. Then he jumped in the back seat, no one else in the van, doing 80 miles. Jesus Christ. Oh, mental. I just lit one up for you, buddy. A big fatty. I'm going to enjoy and think about you and all the times we have. Oh, brilliant. Love that, Sledge. Need to meet you one day. That'd be cool. Maybe we should get you on here, Sledge. Get some stories out, buddy. Oh, there's plenty of stories of you involved, Sledge, by the sounds of it. I feel like I know you anyway. With all the respect for today's riders, but Shane Park is what's missing from Speedway today. Yes, we definitely need more characters. We need the panto villains like Nicky Pedersen that I've been chasing now for 4 years, and he's told me every winter he's going to do one. Oh well, looks like I'm not losing my hair too anytime soon, I suppose. Just grows a bit too much. But yeah, look at Steve. But yeah, I'm gonna still chase him, obviously, till he surrenders. I got like a massive, massive. They didn't used to be these big guys, all right? They weren't always like, wall sausages. Used to be skinny and fit, when I was doing motocross and that, just 25 years ago. But yeah, I was got a big shake of the hand with Nicky Pedersen in the Cardiff pits last year, and I was like, Nicky, oh man, you've been saying last 2 years you're going to hook me up with an interview and it'd be cool and I'm sure the fans would love it, etc. I would love it. He's like, yeah, no worries. And I was like, I got hold of him again this year and he's like, yeah, we'll do it. And I know he's a busy guy. I know he's doing managing now and he's for Denmark and riding again and obviously had the injuries. But when he had the injuries, I was even thinking, oh, maybe he'll do a bit of time. And then I was seeing his Snapchat and he's like all over the world. He was in Monaco and him and his missus were just doing mad stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. It's going to be hard to nail that man down. I might nail him down at Cardiff because hopefully I'm going to be in the pits again. I'm going to take my brother this time. Not the missus. She enjoyed it, but she didn't really appreciate where she was. So my brother definitely will appreciate it. And hopefully we'll go on Floppy as well. We'll look after you, my boy. You'll have like the Mitchell brothers with you, bruv. Can you take care of yourself? I'll pass that on. Do I call it? I don't know whether to call you Rod. I'd rather call you Sledge. That is. Where did the nickname come from then? How did you get the nickname Sledge, or should I not ask? Mr. Cunningham, got to get you on, my friend. By the way, I was tripping out as well when you turned up at Monster Mountain. I was like, Glenn Cunningham's here. Just pity that you turned up at the shittest reunion ever and everything went tits up. I was absolutely fuming. That's another thing. Trust me, the 1, 2, and 3, mate, was flipping brilliant. Trust me. And number 5 will be brilliant because I'm going to make it brilliant. Oh, still annoyed me to this day. But anyway, yeah. Most of the legends give up Ghost on that Saturday and stuff like that and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, doing a great job today. It's great that you put the effort in. Some great guys on. All guys are used to have a great crack with Captain. But don't forget, we're doing one as well, Glenn. I'm not sure if you sorted out what you was going to sort out, but maybe message me, Glenn, because we need to sort one out. Obviously, loving your Swindon connection, so right up on my Richter scale. Bloody hell. Sorry to hear that, Callum. Hope you're okay, my friend. Bloody hell. Sending love to you, mate. Bloody hell. Yes. Looks like we could be getting Sledge on. Maybe we could get Sledge and Billy on together. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? So I've done a couple with 2. We did that was ages ago. I did Jeremy Doncaster and Chris Louis together. That was pretty special. And Eric Gunderson and Bruce Pennell together. It's not too bad, is it? That was a bit of a trip out. This is where the big highs, and then you have to go. Big highs was meeting all these people, and then you've got to go down from there, ain't you? Speedway on TV. Right, I just wanted us all have nicknames and throw punches at each other like wrestling down the straight. We all said. Sounds off the head. I'll speak to Billy as well then, and I reckon we should get you and Billy on together. Might have to get a couple of drinks. Says a lot if I'm drinking. Get a couple of drinks on. Billy Hamill and Sledge. That could do bits, can it? Could have some serious fun with that one. What do you reckon? Is Billy on here still? Oh, still look. I presume this is. I hope this was him. I hope that's Shane. He was a bloody wolf as well. He's a wolf. He was a wolf at one time as well. Look at some of these cool little pictures I didn't get to see. Obviously did a little bit of shimming on the motocross as well. Look. Is that a bit of cycle speedway? A lot of riders did a bit of that as well, didn't they? I think we've shown that one, didn't I? But I'll just go you through some because there's loads of others that I couldn't even fit on here because you can only have about 100 odd pictures on here, and I think I've got about 200 of Shane. because I like to dig deep. Obviously, I go into the Mr. John Somerville collection, which is amazing, but I do dig deep on every app go in that people don't even know there's certain apps that I check. Forgot to talk about Somerset, so we'll have to talk about that. Corey Guffacle there as well. But there was loads of pictures I couldn't even get on here as well, so we should put some freshies on for the next one. But yeah, any of you guys and girls want to get involved, I just did a bike competition, so that was super cool to get someone a brand new 450 Kawasaki that was like worth over £9 off the head. Always gets me super nervous. Couldn't do my duck race, so next time it's ready now. I've sorted it back into my account. Live commentated on duck race. You've got the flat out motocross numbers lit on the side of the ducks a lot. We can give them arm, well, you can't call it arm pump spray. We can give them like wing spray and stuff like that. So the new bike compact now is this brand new. I'm doing it for this guy, YZ125 two-stroke 2024 model. So what are they worth? Like £7 plus. And we're only doing 160 numbers. We're only going to do 160 numbers. I'll have to upload some more photos that you can see in my social medias. We're only doing 160 numbers on this. Chance to win a brand new bike. So message me. It is 50 for a number, but you don't need to pay any money up front. You just pay me when it's filled. So I've only just started it. And as you can see, some numbers are already filling out already. So get hold of me if you want to get involved in that. Like I said, only gone up to 160. I think there's about 35 already gone already. Just started it the other day. So thank you very much for everyone getting involved in that. Just trying to think of what else I was going to speak to you about. I just spoke to I was going to say an American, but he's actually a British guy. Hang on, I might even have a reply there from him as well. No, I haven't. I lied. So Mr. Dean Wilson, you would have seen him, won the 125 Supercross Championship for Pro Circuit Kawasaki, but he's actually Scottish, so he's rode for Team GB in the Motocross Nations, etc. There we go. Make sure I'm not putting his, just make sure I'm not putting his email up. There you go. Dean Wilson. Maybe this week sometime. He said this week, but I can't do it this week. I'm doing motocross pictures tomorrow night, which I'm looking forward to. I'll be like this tomorrow night, look, with my new little gadget off Teemu. And even though I've just realised that only one fan works, that's awkward. Maybe that's why it's cheap. But you hear that? Hey, looking like you're down with the kids with the old earphones now. Really, you're sweating like a pig and you got it around your neck. Oh, that's lovely, that is. But one fan works. What's that all about? So now I'm already going to be flipping right and back to him doing that. Any chance? Mr. Hamill. Yes. We definitely need to arrange that then. So I'll message you on Facebook, Billy. You and Sledge together. Stories galore. What are we saying? Oh, okay. No worries, mate. No problem at all. I don't hardly drink at all. I've actually made a special occasion tonight, so I'm pretty sober 24/7. That would be awesome. But I quit drinking 3 years ago. On 3 years, but I have my doobie. I was going to say Dobby. I was like that. Doobie. I have my doobie in hand. A big fatty for you all. Oh God, this is going to be funny, isn't it? This is going to be fun. Billy Hamill and Sledge. This is going to be good. This is going to be good fun. So don't forget as well, I'll put that back out there for the World Speedway Riders Association. I will see Bert Harkins down at Oxford. Hopefully I'll get to see him this Thursday. I've seen him in the distance on Monday night, but hopefully I'll see him. So look, get involved. Book your tickets on www.worldspeedwayriders.org/World Speedway Riders Association events there. Look, or the telephone, Graham Darling. I'm going to stay with the missus. We're actually going to go this time. We've been talking about it for the last 2 years and then totally bottle it. So this year I'm going to just go flat out with the selfies with all the legends. Just get right in there. Sod it. Bollocks to the anxieties and all that. Just going to go flat out in there and go for it. Fanboy galore. So yeah, look, we're going to try and get a hotel for the night there as well, so we can have a few drinks and relax. yeah, it's going to be at the Leicester Marriott Hotel. I've still got to go to the museum as well yet, which you get as a member, which I haven't been up there yet. The last time I was going to go was for one of the open days there, but my old back completely went, so I couldn't go. I even bought tickets, so I couldn't even go. So that was horrific again. But hopefully, yeah, I'm going to go there. I don't know, a lot of you members would have got this on the back of there look, as well. You must have got your little tapes up today and your letter there. Look. So yeah, get involved. Been a member of that for the last 2 or 3 years, supporting that because I know that they support riders and stuff like that as well. So it's important to get involved with that as well. Just says on here as well, as if you're a member, it says on here today, I didn't know this, so I'll have to try and get one of them, especially down at Oxford maybe with the chargers in it, they call it, I think. For example, you're able to utilise your membership of the WSRA to gain free admission to NDLA meetings, National Development League. So you, as a member, you can take your cardlet and you can get in free. It does say you can just ring up the clubs and tell them about your membership, and you can get in to watch National Development League meetings for free with your membership. So that's pretty cool. So I'm definitely going to have to check that out. I did see one last year with Tim Chambers when I met him at Oxford. But cool. Just see that, look, nothing. That one there, look, that red one. Premier helmet when Mr. Bert Harkins did all his stuff, Scott, and obviously that exact red one, I actually had that one in 1995, I believe that was, when I had the Honda. Probably got a picture of it there somewhere. Not that I'm sad or anything, but who just picks their phone up quickly and goes, look, yeah, there's a picture from 1995. Me, of course, because I'm a weirdo. But I definitely had that Premier helmet, for sure. Just trying to find now. Do with that fan on both sides, though. Here goes one. There's a little red Premier helmet in the number 12. Foxhill, that was. Sponsored by Castrol. Look, we were so excited. We had that was only my second new bike I'd ever had, and I've been riding for 6 years. And the biggest Castrol lorry turned up in our street in Swindon I've ever seen, and we were like, holy shit, like no one could even drive around or anything. We were so excited, and they give us about 2 years worth of stuff to the point though, but we were nice. We all the sort of the riders that were not too well off at our local club and everything, my dad gave loads of the ones that were struggling a little bit, loads of free oils and fork oil and chain lube and all sorts of stuff, because we had so much, do you know what I mean? So we spread the love, as it were. Look, the size of that lorry that pulled up in our street, as you can see, like, it was nearly hitting the lampposts and everything. And it was literally like full up, and it was like, this is all the Ashby? It was like, yeah. Because I basically messaged them with all my results, and I was winning quite a bit and stuff like that, showed them my results and got all that. So, yeah, look, there's my old dad's van being taken away. I'm going to give up the ghost. Yeah, look. Might just be able to see. I did them, you know, the old little reg letters used to get in the like little thing shops. I put Rivalry Ashby on the side and all that. Then we ended up getting that van that Dad put the thing on it there and all that. Good old days. Miss Dad, big style, obviously. I'm not too sure about that. That was the van we had. But I didn't. That bike had to come down. That was a bit ridiculous. Didn't like that at all. So I think it changed from that one to a proper motocross one, like more like a Jeremy Graf knack one. So that was cool. But yeah, good old days. Right, who else have I been speaking to? So I spoke to Dean Wilson, like I just said. Who else have I spoke to? South African motocross world champion legend. Did one AMA as well. Plus he's just as famous now for doing the old whiskey throttle with David Pringree. So I spoke to David Pringree and Grant Langston, who was actually just talking about them. American legend David Pringree I've spoken to. There's loads of Speedway ones I've got to catch up on that I let down. Preben Eriksson, got to rearrange that. Richard Knight, I was going to do one with. Eric Gunderson, spoke to the other day about doing the second one with him. And he said, yeah, no problem. I said we can sort out in the next week or two. I've stopped being a wetty now. I'm trying to get back into it. He was like, yeah, no problem. So probably be going for part 3 or 4 with my mum's favourite Bruce Pennell. What an absolute legend he is. He even did a birthday video for my mum. How cool's that? There we go. I was showing him about there's a live auction this Friday. If any of you guys didn't know, look, and there's like Hans Nielsen's bikes and Eric Gunderson's race jacket. It's this Friday. And I just said, look, in the next couple of weeks we'll sort it. And Mr. Gunderson said, yeah, okay. My ultimate in motocross would be to do Jeremy McGrath, which I'm chasing. Yes, I've been chasing McGrath for a couple of years now. He sees my messages on Instagram, stuff like that. That's how it started with one of my first iconic legends, Stefan Everett. So I think I chased him for about a year or so. Started seeing my messages and it's like, and then he ended up getting hold of Stefan Everett and he helped me out with loads of contacts and then they helped me out with contacts. So that's been really cool. I'd like to do another one with Stefan Everett as well. That'd be good. I'll try and chase him on that one as well. But there's so many people I haven't got yet in the Speedway. Who's the ones that I've been speaking to? I'm still chasing Tony Rickardson. He sees my messages, so fingers crossed. I'm going to do one with Darren Wilson as well. Bradley Wilson, Dean's dad. He'll take us around his workshop in New Zealand as well, which is full of mental bikes as well. I've been chasing that man as well. Look, he's on there live now. I'm chasing him. Come on, Sean. Sean Moran, that'd be mental. So I've been chasing Sean Moran. I'll keep chasing Sean Moran. I've been chasing Nicky Pedersen. I should keep chasing Nicky Pedersen. Just trying to look at some of my messages, see who I've spoken to. I'm going to do one with British sidecar legend, Mr. Stuart Brown. I did speak to Adam Ellis. He's going to do one as well, but he said if he wins on my bike competition, then he'll give me an interview. Trying a bit of bribery there, but it doesn't work like that. So I was like, it's funny. Like I tried to mug him off the other day as well because I've got an Eastbourne calendar from when I went to the supporters club thing with it. And I said, look, I put, who the fuck is this guy? He put, got a good style on him. That was off the calendar letter. So I've got the Eastbourne calendar letter and it had Mr. Ellis on it. So I'm trying to get Mr. Ellis on. I'm just messaging Mr. Ellis now, trying to put the pressure on. Got to try all the tactics. Mark Lemon as well. Spoke to Mark Lemon finally met him at Oxford Speedway a few weeks back. And he said we could do it after the British final. I've been chasing Andy Smith. You all remember, look. So I've got a We Will Do One Day, look. So that was a couple of years ago because I was showing him some cool program boards at the time, but I'm trying to chase him as well. I've got to rearrange with Preben Eriksson. I'm going to do one with Australian legend Jeff Leask. I did do a Skype with him when I first started, Jeff Leask, but I haven't done a live one with him, so I'm chasing that up. Colin Richardson, who's been on tonight, I really want to get on. David Norris has been on tonight. I really want to get him on. I did speak to Jimmy Nielsen. Obviously, that was like unbelievable, terrible. What happened to his son, bloody hell. Did speak to Jimmy back in February. Just said he's not ready to speak yet, so which we get. Even some names that you'll remember that I've spoke to. Robert Fetzin, the American. Did speak to him. I'd like to get him on. That'd be cool. Dave Strybos. I've been trying to get hold of Jean van der Berk as well. The Dutch motocross legend. I have spoke to Kees van der Ven and Johan Boonen as well. I'm trying to get them on. I don't know if anyone else is going as well, but I am actually now going. So I'm going to Oxford this Thursday with my daughter Sophie again. So looking forward to that. I'm going to get to see Emil Seifutinov and a few of them guys. So I might try and get there early, go and see Chris, Louis in the pits. I haven't seen him since my reunion in 2022 that he come to. So I'll try and get with him, speak to him. Hopefully the hair boys are hopefully going to come up, and then I'm going to meet Tim Chambers there as well. You can see his logo up here somewhere and going across the bottom of the screen. He's the man that gave me the van that I'm able to drive around in, so what a legend he is. Otherwise I wouldn't even have a vehicle. Been speaking to Marvin Cox quite a bit lately. I'll have to get him back on again. That'd be cool. Oh, Lewis Bridger. I did have a chat with him, look, when he did a video for me for Floppy's birthday. I'd like to have a chat with Mr. Bridger, especially as he's not riding now as well. I did speak to as well. I can see a message here. I spoke to Niels Christian Everson. Did speak to Dave Watt as well when he did a video for me for Floppy's birthday as well. So I'd like to get Dave Watt on, Niels Christian Everson I want to get on. Just trying to see who else I've messaged. Justin Morris, I'm not across there. I want to get Max Anstey back on again. He did a video for me for my reunion. There's loads of Speedway ones I need to get on. Loads. I remember when I first started, everyone's like, Lee, you need to slow down. You're going to run out of riders. Like, really? Not going to run out of riders, are you? Had a message off Mr. Blackwell. What was that about him? Oh, he's in watching it. Peter Blackwell. Hi, Peter. Oh, I've only just got that. Sorry, mate. Mr. Billy Gennaro. He's put Shane about the fight, but come on. I won't lie. I always get super excited when I speak to these guys. It's like a kid in a sweet shop, isn't it? It never gets old for me. That's why I get really scared when I go to meet other guys. Oh, Floppy's sent me some mint pictures. Look at these. Loving that. Is that Lovequist? Who's that? Is that Lovequist as well? Look. Might be wrong. Can you imagine them two? Oh, that'd be a night, wouldn't it? Who's that as well? There's the boys. Look. Love it. Love all photos. There he is with his. Is that the JD and Coke, Mr. Parker? Oh, I'd like to find that T-shirt. Look at that. 1989 Solo. See that? That's quite cool. Look at now, Shane. You look tighter than you was this morning. I'll have to send these on to Shane. When I get off of here, I'll send them on to him. 100%. So yeah, so you can message me if you want, guys and girls, if there's anyone that you really would like to see on him. I do. That's not me being like, oh yeah, I've tried to chase him. Yeah, I tried to chase him. Like I'm like boasting about it. It's just that I am that nuts that I've tried like to chase everyone on the planet, basically. So when people, I feel bad when people go, have you tried? What about so and so? What's that? Yeah, I've asked him. That's not me trying to be clever. Trust. That's me being serious. Oh, yeah, my daughter Sophie's, bless her, she said to me, you can't hear the thing. So basically, I think that might be the live that I'm doing on the group, Sophie, because you can't, I can still see me on it, but I don't know. Apparently, you can't comment on it or something like that because you're not allowed to use it on the group anymore through StreamYard. So I'm not too sure if my Instagram's still live. Don't know how long that goes live for, but it should be live on my Instagram as well. I'm not sure. Should we have a look? It's totally different on the laptop and PC and all that as well. Do you want to catch up with me? Look, I'm on there. Ashby Robbins is my own one. Who the hell is that? And then, oh, Jesus, steady. I've had a lot more engagement on my Instagram, I know. I had like 3,000 odd followers a couple of weeks ago, and since I've been posting loads of mental stuff, as you can see, that there, loads of like retro stuff, Speedway and motocross. It's like sort of gone haywire. But it's saying it's like the other day it said to me I've engaged with 480 something K in the last 30 days. I was like, what? Now it's like well over doubled. So I had like 3,000 something. Now it's like nearly 7,000. just from posting up some retro pictures. So there you go. There's the advice. Post up retro pictures. If you want to improve your Instagram following. Right, who's so I'm checking in to see if I'm live. Oh, says there, look. Says that I'm live, so should we click on it? It was live for, but it should be live on my Instagram as well. I'm not sure. Right, who's so I'm must be there. See if I'm live. Yeah. Says there, look. You are live on Instagram still, so yeah. What about Twitter? Is it working on there? Oh, yeah. Okay. Twitter. Who's that ugly guy? So it looks like, so that was definitely working. Let me just check, see if everything's been working, because they change it all the time. StreamYard basically is what this is on. So it's live on StreamYard, and then you have all your social medias on it. So look, it's actually in my group, look, but I don't think I get them. It said I couldn't interact, but they are clearly interacting, aren't they? It's actually in my group, look, but I don't. Yeah, so I don't think anyone can do it in the group because they're all writing underneath it. So maybe I just won't put it on there at all next time. Just literally put it on my page and just my own Facebook, because it did say that you can't do it anymore in the groups. So I'm live still on the page. That's the one that I had bloody deleted. I started all over again. So I've got it back up to 3.4 on there at the moment. But so yeah, look, it still says you're live on there. So it was the group then that wasn't working. Pain in the ass. Considering there's like over 13,000 in there, that's a bit shite, isn't it? Which is a bit of a bummer. I'll just check and see if it's live on my own Facebook. So that's my own one, look. Me and Barney. There's the old new bike we got on the old thing. So we're live on there, I believe. I didn't get far enough, so we're live on there still. So that's all good. Just can't do it at the moment in the group, which is a pain in the ass. Didn't know that's my group. Got the new yam on the top there, look. So at the moment, because look, I just went in on it, and everyone's saying I can't see or hear him and stuff like that. I just went in on it. So when people comment on that, then I didn't get them comments. So basically, won't be able to use it on the group until I sort out exactly what I need to do to get around their little rules of not using it or whatever. So there's always something in that. There's always something. But we'll sort it out. Sure there is a way around it. There's always a way around it. This says there's a way around it, but it was just complicated as per normal. So much love to everyone. I will keep you updated. This will be all recorded, and I'll post the link out there tomorrow for anyone to watch it in their own time. Yeah, I should post it all out there tomorrow. Share it in the groups. If any of you want to share my post, or tag anyone's name in the comments that you think would like to watch this interview with Shane. Yeah, and we'll have to do a part 2 of him. Didn't even do half of my questions with him. I was answering the guys' questions to him, etc. It looks like we might have a little cheeky, nice cheeky one to see Mr. Billy Hamill with Sledge. I was going to call him Stretch then. You nearly had a new nickname then, Sledge. Stretch, where'd that come from? No idea. So yeah, Billy Hamill and Sledge, eh? That could be a mint one, couldn't it? Looking forward to that. Oh, look at her. There's my little Soselina. I say my little Soselina. She's 22 now, the oldest. Making me old, isn't she? She's my little anorak buddy. She always followed me around when I was a kid as well. We went to motocross, speedway, ice hockey, football. We still love to go to the ice hockey, don't we, Soph? Swindon. We like to go to Swindon Town, football. We would have been at Swindon Speedway if there was any of that, but now Sophie's like a full-on Oxford cheater and an Oxford Spires. A lot, isn't you, Soph? She was going for it last night, loving it. We're going back there Thursday, so me and Sophie are having beautiful dad and daughter time at Speedway, and being anoraks, we love to fill out the program, so we're enjoying ourselves, and we've already ordered ourselves a couple of weird stalls that we saw everyone using. She ordered them on her Amazon for me because they'll be here for Thursday. It's a couple of like these. There they are. I'll show you them. highly recommended. Look, but it's basically like that. Thank you, beautiful. Much appreciated. Too kind to your old dad. These things, like, you basically twist them around. You can have them at whatever height you want, and you just put them down, and it's got like the one we're having. That comes with a little bag, and it's got a little cushion on it as well. Because there was loads of people had them at Oxford. Of course, they're on the thing, and someone had them there, and they're obviously like there to sort of hold a position or place wherever. I went, oh, thanks so much for putting that there for me. And she started laughing. And then I asked her what she got wrong, and I went from there. So hopefully, me and Sophie should have our little gadget chairs ready for Thursday at Oxford. So yeah, we're going to watch Ipswich. I'll be doing photos tomorrow at Grettingham, near Swindon and Wootton Bassett. Motocross pictures from 4 till 8 at Grettingham. So get yourselves booked in for that as well with Thornbury MX. If there are any of you motocrossers are out there, it's always prepared, beautiful. It's always prepared, absolutely mint. There we are. Lawson Benjamin. There we go. Look, Thornbury practice tracks. That'll be tomorrow. Let me just check out if this on there. There you go. That's the one I'll be at tomorrow. Grettingham practice track, Wednesday, 3rd of July, 4 till 8. There's the postcode, SN15 4W. It takes me like about 20 minutes to get there. And I'll be flat out on the pictures from 4 till 8, and I mean flat out. Should get about 5,000 pictures in that time. And then I drown in them after. I haven't, mate. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that. I'm still thinking about maybe trying to do a big reminisce Speedway meeting. I've obviously doing my Motocross and Speedway Memories reunion for Motocross that I've done since 2021. We've now done 4 reunions, a Battle of Britain 1, still a chance at the Battle of Britain 2 this year. Done a practice day as well, but still thinking. I was talking to Oxford guys last year about this, Peter Schrock and Courtney's and stuff. I still would like to do a reminisce Motocross and Speedway Memories reunion Speedway meeting. I was talking to Hans and people like that. Imagine getting Hans Nielsen over and some cool stuff like that. Bit like a Golden Greats, like Mr. Briggs used to do. Like my retro t-shirts. Like £4, something like that. Classic, eh? There's one behind me there, look. Castrol GTX, mate. Like a flipping can of oil walking along, what do you reckon? So yeah, a few people have inquired about that because I am going to sell that. Chris Pusey's touring jacket. So yeah, have to get hold of me of that. There's Mr. Chris Williams, my favourite riders that met across the BSMA back as a kid. Paul Balfield's shoey helmet he gave me. He rode for Buxton Hitmen and raced motocross with me and raced against me as well. Then he went on and did Speedway. Don't get me started on it. Don't know if you can see there. Steve Irwin's Eric Gunderson one. He gave me the Gary Havelock one, the Michael Lee one. That was another one there. Look, you can see a floppy. That's one of Mr. Mike Broadbank. That's one of my uncle Martin Ashby with, you can't see that one. It's one of Martin Ashby, Bob Kilby at the top there, where Martin used to ride for Exeter and Bob for Swindon. And then obviously you've got the one Mr. Irwin did for myself from my dad. I don't know if you can see down here in the bottom corner, I've got one of Mr. Irvin did as well with Steve Irvin. That is, get hold of him on Facebook. He does all these. The one there of Bruce Pennell as well. Super cool. We've got my dad here as well. He's always by the screen. Look. So I always say this at the end of every interview about my dad. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. I try to live by that, but there's people that push all the boundaries, eh? But yeah, we try to stick to that, do our best, try and let things drop about nutty people out there. Any chance of both fans working, no? Just one, just this one. It's supposed to be 2 and then it'd be lovely. Could even see me with that at the pictures. I normally sweat my absolute nuts off at motocross. That'd be lovely with that blowing on both sides, but I don't know why it's not working this side, so that's not working, mate. I know it's only £5 or whatever, but don't sell it half working, eh? Yes, I will be going to the Motocross Donations this year at Matterley Basin at the end of the year. I think it's at the beginning of October, hoping to take pictures. I'll speak to Steve Dixon, the owner. I've done the MXGP the last few years at Matterley Basin. That was super cool to do. Got to see loads of my idols that I did interviews with, so that was mental. So I'm hoping to do the Motocross Donations. It'd be mega. I went to the Motocross Donations there in like Stefan Everts' last ever competitive race when he raced against James Bubba Stewart for Team USA. What year was that? Got to be a long time ago. 2010? Something like that. So that's 14 years ago. Jesus Christ. Might be longer than that. I'm not sure. Might be 2006. I'm not sure. Could be 2004. I don't know. I'm going further back. Is that TV? It's on TV. Don't forget to wave at me. Yeah, I'll be there, mate. You might even see my ugly mug trackside somewhere. Can't miss me, can you? Great big galoob, grey beard. Maybe I should let me out backwards so you can't miss me. Like that. Right, much love to you all. I'll keep you all up to date with what I'm going to be doing next. Got the Jeebers out of the way again now, getting back on here. So let's rock and roll now. Feeling all right. Let's get rocking and rolling. Much love. Ciao, Bella. Good night. God bless. Love you all. Ciao, Bella. Hopefully see a load of you at Oxford. That's what I didn't say to you before I went. I am going to Birmingham Speedway on Monday night to see the Grahams, Andy Graham and Jill Graham. See you at Monday night there, and I'm going to get to meet the man, Sam Aronenko, as well. He's helped me out loads of videos and done an interview, but I haven't met him in person, so hopefully seeing Sudden Sam on Monday night. So yeah, Oxford Speedway again this Thursday, and then I'll be at Birmingham Speedway on Monday night. Looking forward to it. Ciao, Bella. Good night. God bless. Much love. Vamos.